An 8-year-old troublemaker must protect his house from a pair of burglars when he is accidentally left home alone by his family during Christmas vacation. Boys, girls, etc. This week, say hello to my little film, Home Alone.
Okay. Do you want to play rough? Okay. Uno. Say hello to my little
Film. Hello.
Hey.
Hey.
Welcome to Say Hello to My Little Film. This is the podcast where we watch those movies that you just gotta see.
Wait, what kind of movies?
Those movies you gotta see.
Oh, you gotta see them.
Gotta see them.
You surely do.
Love this.
These are those movies where people are like, "What? You don't seen that?
You never seen it?
You ain't seen that dang movie? You never seen that goddamn movie? You gotta see that movie."
Now, of course, we're referencing the American South with our accents here.
I also think it might be a little subjective because how do we know these are the movies that you have to see?
What do you mean?
Please don't bust this podcast wide open right now. I swear to God.
Are you shattering this whole concept?
No, but like I think it's kind of subjective because it's based on your own experience. Like I'm sure, you know, if your family has never heard of Eraserhead, they're not going to tell you that you have to see it.
Yeah, that's true.
And that might be a harder movie to get out of.
You know, it's a hard concept we're trying to tackle here.
But we're willing to do it.
We're willing to go out there
We're
for
the
you.
pioneers, I
Yeah.
think, of this.
Exactly.
We're going to put our necks out there and
You know, and this is the podcast where we talk not only about those culturally relevant movies, but we talk about pop culture and their personal lives.
Yes.
That's
Yes,
true.
we really do.
You know, the people want to hear it, and we want to tell it.
There's
That's
a lot
right.
of podcasts out there that are trying to rip us off by talking about pop culture and in their personal lives, but
We did it first.
we're
did.
definitely the masters of it.
Back in March when we started.
Uh-huh.
The, you know,
Indeed.
the first time it's ever happened.
that's
Well,
true.
speaking of culturally relevant films, we saw one.
Wait, who are you?
Oh, Hi, I am Ryan, and I am joined with all my hosts, co-hosts, starting
Ariel.
with Ariel.
Jesse.
We'll get
That
there,
was
guys.
confusing.
We're all
get
talking
there.
over each other.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
So we've got Ryan over there. We've got Ariel.
Ariel.
We've got Jesse. And we've got...
Casey.
Hey, that's all of
Yes,
us
that's
in
all
the
of
same
us.
room together.
Indeed.
We're all married separately but together.
Kind of all one marriage.
Pretty much, basically. Yeah, it's whatever. So we saw Home Alone.
We watched
Whoa.
Home Alone.
Yes. So who has
good
not
one.
seen this one?
I have not. This is
I
Jesse
have-
speaking.
yes.
I currently have not necessarily seen this movie all the way through.
Right, same. I've never seen this movie. I think, though, that I've seen the second one with him in New York.
I said that exact same thing to her. I was like, I definitely have seen that
Like,
one.
I
but
thought
don't
that
think
was
I
the
saw-
first one.
I thought
Yeah.
I expected that to be the premise.
I was like,
What?
when does he go to
Yep.
New York? When does he see Donald Trump?
I remember like the bird lady and all
Yes.
that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
and the
that's-
like room service.
Yep.
Yep.
Mhm.
So
And the guy was like asking for a tit.
See, I've never
Oh,
seen
yeah.
that one.
He gave him a piece of gum.
Only OG.
oh yeah, I remember the gum.
But I did because we've seen that other one. I'm like, because the I mean, this is jumping like totally way far ahead. But the shovel guy, I'm like, does he have this person in every movie that he?
Because that's the bird lady.
It's
in
like
the
the
other one,
yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah.
Like she's supposed to be this mean bird lady, but she's actually really sweet. Just like in this
Ah,
one,
it's a
like
trope.
it's like the thing where he's learning from them, but they're also learning from him.
Yeah.
Type of thing.
Well, you know what's weird is the third one, Macaulay Culkin is no longer in it.
That's what I was gonna
It's
say.
a totally different kid.
And I've seen the third one a lot.
Because he was
Ew,
Michael
why?
Jackson.
Very familiar with. I don't know.
I feel like the third of anything except for Toy Story is gonna be bad.
Well, as a child, it was something that was forced upon me all the time. It
That's
was like
so
a movie
weird.
that like adults put on.
All right, so
Interesting.
why do you think that this movie is culturally relevant?
Everybody knows about Home Alone.
So just because,
Everybody.
okay.
Yeah.
But like, what did this movie leave with people? You know what I mean?
I
Like
think only the
the
like
face,
the face where you smack your cheeks and you open your mouth.
yeah, and
Right.
sometimes scream bloody murder for
Well,
seemingly
it's not
no
even
reason.
That. It's not even that. But like if I do that, like if I said the Home Alone face,
You're right.
Everybody knows what I'm talking about.
And the
Okay.
you filthy animal, like that's.
Thank you, because we
Yeah.
were having a debate about that.
We had a debate about that.
Oh, okay.
I was like, that's definitely because I didn't know that was from this movie.
oh,
But I've always heard people say it around Christmas.
But by the way,
I'd never heard of that ever.
is
in
that
my life.
is that a
Oh.
real movie?
No.
No.
We looked
It's
it
not.
up.
It's for this movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I looked at the cast of the movie and I saw those two characters
Yes.
listed as those people in the cast.
Something funny maybe is when I was watching The Office, and it was in the later seasons when Jim and Pam were watching that movie with Andy. Do you remember?
Yes,
And it had
with
Jack,
Jack
Black.
Black.
I was like, I want to see that movie.
Yes.
Like, what is that? And I was
yeah.
convinced it was a real movie. And they just did that for the show too.
Yeah. I always like when they like make a movie within another
it.
something else. I
It's
think that's
great.
really cool to do.
Twice the
Which
production
this one was
cost.
called Angels with Filthy Souls.
Yes.
Top
that was like a
tier
porno.
naming.
I totally.
When he first put it in,
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah.
that's definitely
he
a
found
porno.
That's
a
why, I
Playboy
mean, do
right
you-
beforehand.
Yeah,
Do
but
you
then he also
remember?
threw it over his shoulder like he didn't
Yeah,
care.
I was
He's like,
also
they're not
like-
even wearing clothes.
I was like,
Ew, they're all naked.
So I guess before we get to that point, I guess we can start to break down. We can just go by scene by scene.
Well, do you have the facts?
You want to talk about the budget?
Oh yes,
What's up, numbers guy? That's me.
numbers.
So, she just peeked over and got a little look.
Ooh.
All right. So
I
do
think
we
that's
want?
cheating.
Are we doing a guess on the budget? You can
Yes, let's
participate
do
now.
it. Yes.
I always
Casey.
fuck up.
So Casey not included, but Ryan, what would your guess be on the budget of this?
$8 million.
Okay.
Whoa. 60 million.
6D.
Yeah.
Okay. It is 18 million,
Dang.
Wow, I was way off.
which I feel like that's kind of
That seems
I don't
high.
really.
par
I
for the
still
course
never know
in
what the
that
norm is.
time frame.
What was the year?
Yeah, that's
1990.
That's 1990 money. So really, it's
Nah,
like
I think
60
$8 million
million.
makes more sense. I don't know where $18 million
All the
went into this
props.
movie. You mean all
Props,
the paint,
the
cans?
plane.
The wallpaper.
the plane, the plane.
The wallpaper.
That was B-roll if I've ever seen B-roll.
The was it also the statue out front that kept getting run over, and every time anybody pulled in,
You know what it was?
is
It was
that
rebuying
funny?
it?
Is that what humor is?
the first time maybe not, because it was just like, oh, this idiot kid. But then like when the vans, they're already in the driveway, but you see the one driver picking it
Put it
back up
back,
and
yeah.
putting it back.
I
and
think
then
the
the pizza
third
guy
time
hit it
I was
again.
annoyed. The third time I was like,
So third time is not a
The rules of three didn't work.
I guess.
Okay, so the 18 million just comes from paying the amount of actors that are the family members.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
ah.
Because
There
that
is
doesn't
a
make any
lot.
sense. There's one setting. Well, there's two settings. An airport.
I mean, they flew to
And
France,
the
Ryan.
France hotel that they were in.
They were in France.
they
they were
did
definitely
really-
not next door in a different studio room.
Right.
That's definitely plane ticket money. They had to pay for all
Okay.
that.
That
I'm
many
shocked.
kids.
Now let's talk about how much it made.
Now let's do the box office. What do you got for a guesstimate on that?
60 million.
I'm gonna give you a re-guess.
150 million.
Okay, so you're 150 million. I'm gonna give you a re-guess because you went balls
You
deep
lowballed
low.
it.
200 million.
Oh
$476.7 million dollars.
Jesus.
That's unbelievable.
Why?
And we talking that 90s money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That is what I think
That's
is.
why Michael Jackson was like, "Hey, little kid."
Yes.
Guy, Ariel, I couldn't help but like when he was like running
You were
and
thinking
walking
about
weird,
his loose
I was like,
butthole.
ooh. I was
Yeah.
like, he's walking weird because Michael Jackson got in that booty.
I have to say-
He denies it fervently, though. Just need to say
but,
that.
Yeah, look at him now.
He keeps saying that it's not real.
Yeah.
I follow Macaulay Culkin
you.
on Instagram, and seeing
How
what a
is that? How is-
fucking
yeah.
he's weird. So watching this and knowing how he is now is very bizarre.
Because the pictures I see are
He's, like,
really not
sickly.
flattering.
He definitely, I thought, had a resurgence of looking better after a little while, but he had the
when he
weird
grew a
phase.
beard.
He did.
I
grow a
think
weird
I thought the
beard.
beard was good.
And he was dating
it?
Mila Kunis for like
What
ever.
the hell?
Yeah,
Yeah. She
That's-
was sick of that cooch.
So
you know?
she's weird. That means
yeah.
I
now we
guess.
know she's a freak.
I don't know. He just screams someone who's been molested.
He screams a lot, actually, in this fucking.
He
movie.
really
Yeah.
does.
Let's talk
and
about the screams.
I don't think it's a great scream.
I think
but-
it's a terrible scream.
I
think
did.
it's the worst.
I
He
did.
was a
say-
bad actor.
I did say.
God.
Yep. It was. It wasn't like great, but I mean, I keep thinking like, I don't know too many like child actors that are amazing. I know there are a couple. There's a
Stranger
few.
Things.
Yeah,
Yes.
fuck off.
But that's like nowadays. You know what I mean?
Wait.
Wait, Are you saying
Hold
that
on.
kids born now are
Ryan,
just
it's
better
okay.
at
Yes.
acting?
Yes. Think about when you were 10 years old, if somebody handed you a smartphone. Kids nowadays are like all about phones. Even at like 7 or 8 years
I don't
old,
even
they can
think we
navigate
had-
phones.
Okay,
we
but
didn't have
I
that.
don't even think we had
acting.
a computer.
Yes, but I mean, I'm saying it's like real life experience helps you become more one
Oh, I see.
with the
They're
world.
they're older at the same age.
Yes, like you have an old soul.
Yeah, but he was fucking Michael Jackson. He had a lot of life experience.
Okay, hold
Oh.
the fucking
Damn
phone.
right.
This didn't happen before
Allegedly,
Home Alone.
allegedly,
Oh, true. We don't want to get sued.
No, and I think it
Jesus.
happened during Home Alone.
he
Because
was
there's-
not
listen,
Home Alone.
You see one scene early on, he runs normal. You see another one where he runs like the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
I think the screams
So
were not.
offensive in so many different ways.
The screams were not the aftershave.
Okay, wait a second.
thinking.
Can you please explain that? Does aftershave hurt?
After you shave, yes.
After you shave, after
Okay,
he
I don't
didn't shave the
understand.
skin.
I don't understand. Is it alcohol? What is it?
Basically,
First of all,
because
I don't understand either because I've
you-
never used it.
When you shave, you like scrape your skin with
I've
a
shaved
blade,
legs.
right?
Yes.
So then you put like alcohol on it,
Why?
just like peroxide.
Why
I
would
think
you
it's
do
usually
that?
isn't it like
Why?
menthol? It's like alcohol,
Why?
and it's like
Fresh.
minty.
but
Why?
for what purpose?
Seems like that would just dry your skin out.
For ladies.
Just for
No,
smell.
no. Why?
I don't
The
know.
ladies like
Okay, because
to know
I
that
don't.
you've been
just,
burnt.
I always thought it was like
You get a
I
chemical burn on your face.
I
I'm
always
sorry.
thought it was like a lotion because after we shave our legs, typically I think when we get out we put lotion on our legs after we dry off.
Right,
Or at least you probably should if you shave your legs because it does hurt your skin a little bit.
right.
So like why I would never in a million years be like I'm gonna put some alcohol in these shits. Like
Well, that's
that-
the thing. I think it's maybe to heal, possibly, from shaving. Like it heals the skin. And I'm totally talking up my ass, but that did sound good in the moment. I'm wondering if it's like a healing thing. If
Like a
it's meant to like
disinfectant?
yeah, something like
They
that.
use
'cause you did
dirty
just
blades.
cut a you use a
what
blade to
a
cut your
load
face.
of barnacles.
Guys, tweet at us out there if you still use aftershave.
Yes.
Yeah, no one does.
I don't think anybody does. I think that was like an old thing that came out.
I have a question for you.
It was these fucking
dudes.
dumbass boomers falling for like, oh, you need to do it.
When you guys shave your cheeks, because you both have beards,
I thought butt cheeks.
when you shave your ass
I
cheeks,
do that too.
do you put lotion on after, or do you just do
Nope.
nothing?
I do nothing.
No, and I will tell you that the last time I used an actual razor on my face was it's been years.
What do you use instead of?
Because I just
clipper
have like
thing?
the little
the buzz
the
thing?
buzz
Buzz.
thing, and I just kind of go like up from like where the line is.
Is
I
that
don't
what
ever
you
like.
do, Ryan?
No, I use a razor on my cheeks.
You
That's
use
why they're
my
always so
razor.
sharp. Damn it.
You use my razor.
Yeah, I use your razor.
Honey,
Because
you
I
can
only-
use my coochie razor.
I only have to
Oh my God.
shave. I
Perfect.
only have to shave like 17 hairs.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like it's just on my cheeks that grow like up to my eyeballs.
it's very werewolf.
Yeah, it's
It
weird.
is.
But I
Yeah.
just got to get those guys out of there, and then that's it. But I've never wanted to put fucking rubbing
So-
alcohol into my.
It's
Right.
a fresh feeling.
Okay, so the theory though is that he sees his dad do it, and he sees his dad like do scream.
Probably.
Well,
No,
it just
hurts. No.
Okay,
Hold on.
It
no,
burns.
he's not
Okay.
reacting. You think his dad does the same thing?
100%.
because he has because Macaulay Culkin hasn't shaved. He didn't shave first.
correct.
No.
So he's mimicking. It doesn't actually
No.
just hurt your skin.
I think American audiences are so stupid that the joke is it. First of all, okay.
it's just a sporadic
Hold on.
child, and that's funny.
What we're not understanding is that people they're human beings until injury happens, and then they become cartoons.
Yeah.
So-
Who writes these movies?
So the cartoon, like a comic strip would
Chris
be
Columbus.
a kid.
I know. So,
We saw Chris Columbus too. Yeah. Chris Columbus has directed a lot of movies.
Harry
we've done.
Potter.
And yeah, who was the other guy?
John Hughes.
John Hughes.
I
'Cause he
recognize the
was-
name, but I don't know.
He did
Breakfast Club,
Breakfast
right?
Club.
Oh
and-
shit, we should know that.
But anyway, so
Yeah,
they,
sorry.
So
we gotta get to the bottom of this.
So when they get hurt, they react like.
Oh my
Mm-hmm.
fuck! Especially
Stooges.
I can literally see like a what's that cat? Not Garfield, but there's another cat.
Tom and
comic
Jerry?
strip.
Sylvester.
No,
Tom
cat
and-
comic strip, like in the newspaper.
Betty Boop.
Sure, let's say Betty Boop.
Sure, yeah.
No,
There-
no,
I
no,
can
no,
see
no.
a Betty
Cat
Boop.
in the newspaper.
Cheshire Cat.
Come on,
I'm trying to think of newspaper comics.
cat,
Garfield.
not Garfield. Oh my god, this is gonna kill the shit.
Is
out of
it still in the newspapers?
Me. I don't
Felix?
fucking know.
Like the clock
Gary, can you
that
look
they
it
do
up?
it?
Yeah.
Gary, look that up real quick. You guys talk.
Gary
while
wasn't
looks
at
it up.
all involved in our last episode.
Yeah,
He
was
very
on
quiet.
vacation.
He was on vacation. He was in Acapulco.
Oh, does he have family there?
hmm
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
he's Acapulcan.
For the end of October holiday.
Yep.
Mhm.
For the Festivus.
Do they do a lot of polka over there?
They do.
Oh,
Yeah. It's
I
called
didn't really care to know that.
Acapulco.
Polka.
Yeah.
There's a lot of polka in this movie,
But
actually.
There is. Oh my god, yeah. No, but okay. While Gary's
All right,
like
let's talk
on
about the
while
aftershave
Gary's
still.
on the keys.
Yes.
What I want to say is that I don't think that it actually was hurting Kevin,
No, of course
but
not.
that was it hurts the men when they put it on. It like stings.
So he sees his dad wince,
He probably
and then he
no,
translated. He
I think that
translates
is
it to "I'm gonna scream."
that is a movie choice that they were like saying to the men that put on aftershave. They're like, I know that feeling,
Ugh.
but they're not thinking like, oh, he didn't actually shave his
It's
face.
just utter bullshit. I think it's retardo.
Ooh.
I decree.
Wow,
I
that's a
slapped
strong
that
degree.
label
I'm
on
just so nervous. for the
Heathcliff.
ending.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So I haven't
That's what
read
I
a
was talking
newspaper
about.
in 30 years. So
Yeah,
I'm
sorry.
sorry.
I've never read a newspaper.
Jesse, aren't you not quite 30?
They don't need to know.
All right.
No, I was actually born the year that this movie.
So you're
came
saying
out.
they're just like
My point
they
is,
just get
like, it seems like
exaggerated.
that would be a comic strip. Like, puts it on his, and they scream. Like, it's that
It's
kind of
weird
humor.
because
like,
it's like his thing.
Exaggerated
I
humor.
can see the A's coming off of like
I
it
see.
breaking
Yes.
the border, and it's like, oh, how funny.
Yeah.
But it's obviously not.
It's very not.
yeah.
Sorry that Gary
Wow.
took way too long, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job on the keyboard over
Whatever.
there.
He's still jet lagged.
Is he just working on a smartphone only? Like he's not even using his laptop?
An Android too at that.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's a fucking douche. Anyway, so
1990.
Was that a fart?
Guys,
I heard that too.
that's so weird.
Gary?
Gary.
So, guess another kind of strange fact that I was looking up. So, a little inside baseball. We are recording this podcast on November 16th. Okay. That is the
How dare
date
you.
that this movie came out
Whoa.
in
Yeah.
1990.
That's cool.
That is
This
weird.
is the
Oh.
release date of the movie in 1990, which
It's
I
also
thought
our
was
son's
really cool.
birthday. Woo.
Happy
Yes.
birthday, Wolfie.
Oh, it's associated with this movie.
We'll bleep that out.
Oh, now I know my intending.
18 years later.
So, it's a movie.
No, sorry, 28 years.
Yes.
I forgot the entire decade
29.
of 1990.
29.
He was born in 2018.
You're right.
Okay.
Sorry. I thought you were going by the movie to now.
Gotcha.
You're
Well,
We should have done this next year, and then it could be like 30-year, like
Yes.
a reunion.
we can be 30
No.
together.
edit this out and save it for next year.
Yes. So, this movie held the record for the highest grossing live action comedy
Comedy?
film. Yes.
Not a drama.
Until it was overtaken by The Hangover 2
Ew.
in 2011. Bro, what?
I'm sorry. The
Disgusting.
Hangover
This-
2?
I'm
The
upset
Hangover
with my
2,
culture.
not the one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm upset with my
I'm
culture.
upset with all Americans.
Hangover
Step
sucks.
it up.
But I think it's actually quite fitting that this was also another one of those movies that was like it's the same premise again. Like Home Alone 2,
Yes.
Home Alone 3, The Hangover 1 was the same.
Oh, you're totally
Hangover
right.
2.
It's
It's
like
like
a
the
formula.
same. Yeah, maybe that's what we like as the American folks and people.
Maybe so.
What was the other fact that you had that it was like the
So, the character Fuller,
no
the little brother, that's not the fact, but I
Wait a
have it.
second. Is that his first name?
Fuller.
Oh, his.
Hold on, that's what Michael
actually
Jackson-
The
Macaulay
little
Culkin's
cousin.
little
That's
brother.
what Michael Jackson called.
It's
Yeah.
his little brother.
Dude, as soon as we saw his face, I was like, "That's his
You'll hear
brother."
it in the
It
podcast.
looks
Interesting.
just like him.
Well, you were right. It was.
I told you
him.
that was his real brother.
Yeah, no, obviously.
Yeah.
They have the
Obviously.
same
Yeah.
exact eyeballs.
Yeah. Well, how could you tell with the Coke bottle glasses that he was wearing?
Those are actually cute. I would wear those.
All right. So, you guys want to talk about Home Alone?
Are those all the facts?
Well, I mean, I only do like a couple, and I
You
just,
know-
There
No, I
was
just
a
wanted to
Christmas
check.
one that you had that you said that it was like the top grossing or something until Grinch of 2018
2018.
Yes.
Wait.
Yeah, so
There's
not
a
even-
Grinch last year?
with Benedict
animated one.
Cumberbatch.
Holy fuck! I didn't know that happened.
it was like
Yeah.
an animated,
I
like
don't know what
a
you're
like a
talking
Pixar. Grinch.
Sorry, that grossed more than the Jim Carrey one.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
'Cause
I
that
don't know
one's
how. 'cause it's
unbelievable.
still
That one is
Ashamed of my
gold.
culture.
You guys don't know what good movies are.
Yeah,
of course,
Of course,
not,
you
not
might
our
think
audience, of
the
course.
exact same way that we do.
I'm looking through my notes and I'm confused at my first one.
oh, okay.
I guess now we'll break down the movie.
You guys want to
That's-
talk about the
yeah.
movie?
That's the way the
Yes.
podcast
But
goes.
the first,
Okay.
my first note is grow a goatee. Does anybody know what that could
Okay.
be referencing?
So, no.
Yes, because the husband was mad that his wife didn't buy the adapter.
Yes.
God, I can't believe I remember this.
Yes.
And so
The power adapter.
he was like, well, I can't shave if I don't have my adapter so that I can, in Europe they have different plugs.
Yeah.
And she was like, grow a goatee, and you were like, you still need a razor.
That's right.
Yeah, because you don't just grow that pattern of
Yeah,
facial
yeah,
hair.
yeah,
You
yeah,
have to
that's
make
exactly
that.
right. Yeah.
You have to trim it to that.
Also
yeah.
gross. Every time I see a goatee, I think of the devil.
As you should.
Yeah.
That's like definitely the devil's facial hair.
The devil's haircut.
This family is the worst.
Fuck this family is a note that I have.
Okay,
Yes.
They were
explain
so
what you
rude.
mean. Like, who are they rude to? Each other?
Kevin.
No, they're rude to each
They
other.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're
And-
just a bunch of bumbling slobs that are
Hey,
like
the
flying
fucking
around.
pizza guy.
Yeah, that was crazy.
All right.
But
How
they
about
did
pay
offer him
attention-
eggnog, though.
How about pay attention to the police,
police officer.
Oh, that too.
who is in? By the way, okay, if this, okay, all right, hold on. So the movie,
Full stop.
Full stop. The movie starts off with the most chaotic, stressful scene of a family getting ready for something, and
they're
packing
they're
for the
packing.
trip for France.
Yeah.
and,
For France. For France.
And there's a police officer in their living room who is Joe Pesci, who later on, spoiler alert, turns out to be the guy who's casing their house to rob it.
Yep.
But he is disguised as a police officer and cannot get someone to pay attention to him, no matter how hard he tries.
Even
Yep.
though he.
Why doesn't he just
fully-
rob the house then?
Yeah.
That's true. Nobody
Yeah.
would have noticed.
No one would have noticed him.
He
Yeah.
also fully entered the home.
Unannounced.
Nobody let
That's
him
true.
in.
That's what I'm saying.
On Earth?
He was just standing in the entryway of the house. Everybody's running around. People up and
Do you
down the
think he
stairs.
couldn't have walked out of the house with a TV?
He definitely could have.
He was
Oh, yeah.
begging people to
By
pay
the way,
attention to him,
this family
dressed
left
as
a
cop.
fucking child at the house when they left
Yeah,
for France.
They're pretty unobservant.
Pretty sure you could have made it. I definitely had a note of like, my note was Pesci is a cop. I thought that was like
Me
a
too.
twist in the movie. Like he was a cop that turned bad. And then I said,
That would be way more interesting.
I said it looks like a fake jacket. His leather jacket. I was like, that looks awful. And then the very next note, I'm starting to think Pesci isn't a cop. Because he started to say some things that were kind of
What
like
did he say? I don't remember really.
he was some things. I'm trying to think of what exactly it was. Like, are you are you gonna have your lights on or whatever? And they're like, yeah, we got power lights and blah blah blah. Like they go on at a certain time. And he goes, okay, good to know, good to know. And I'm like,
yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
wait a second.
Suspicious.
Well,
But
I
the
knew
cop that showed up
Pesci-
later was wearing the same outfit, like the same leather jacket. And I'm like,
Yeah,
these cops look so fake.
It's Chicago.
I didn't notice the wardrobe.
That's the.
But I knew Pesci was the bad guy.
He had the baton and everything. Like he was dressed like a cop. He had the hat.
Why not just rob the houses that way?
I know.
I would like some backstory about how he got all that equipment and everything.
Yeah.
Like, does he know a cop? Did he
He
used
robbed
to
a
be
cop.
one? Yeah.
He robbed a
Is
cop.
his brother
Yeah.
a cop?
Why does he disguise his van as a plumbing thing? Like,
And it's so recognizable. What is it called? OK
O
Plumbing?
O-H space K-A-Y.
Okay.
Okay.
it's like okay, we'll fix it, I guess.
Ooh, speaking of signs on cars, I really got a joy out of the pizza delivery car. It said 20-minute delivery or your pizza's free. And I remember that from the 20s. The 20s.
The Roaring 20s.
Wait a second.
Casey's a
Casey,
time
She's a
traveler.
you
flapper.
haven't entered the 20s yet.
The
Stop
90s.
flapping around, Casey.
Do you guys remember that?
Yes. I remember the Domino's.
Yes,
Yeah.
Domino's.
Yeah.
I thought it was 30 minutes, but same basic thing.
God.
Yeah.
And the ads were like 30 minutes, honey. Like, at that time. And then the guy would be like, yeah, but what are we going to do for the next 25 minutes?
Which is a
Like,
good
they were
joke.
extremely
Yeah.
suggestive
I use
on
it all the time.
television.
Now we
Pizza-
have to wait an hour for pizza delivery.
Yeah, well, that's because
Pizza
we get.
commercials used to be so good.
Yeah.
Fuck, I want
Yes.
some pizza real
I just
bad.
saw a Donald Trump commercial.
Oh
from
my
a long time
god!
ago,
Do you
where-
have it queued up? Can you play it for people?
Yeah, I could.
Or do you think
Well,
it's
hold
not
on.
the same
I think
effect?
I can get Gary to play it. Hold on.
That's what I meant.
I'll get him to look it up for a second.
Gary.
You guys
Yeah,
can
but
make-
is it worth it without them being able to see it?
Yeah,
Okay, just checking.
you guys can at least see it.
So this is 1990s Donald Trump.
Oh, okay.
So like he's still kind of old looking, but like a little less. Like he has more color in his hair,
less orange. Yep.
a little less orange, or his hair is a little more orange, I guess. But his skin is less orange.
His skin, yeah. They hadn't invented fake tanner yet.
Back in the 90s, way back then.
Yes, and he once again is not in this movie, but he was in the second movie. Gary, you almost done over there? All right, he gave me the thumbs up. I guess he's
I
getting
think Gary
close.
texted it to me. I don't know.
I will say though that pizza scene really, I was like, I want a pizza party right now with some Pepsi.
Yeah. So that was like a family of 8, and then like
So they have, I think,
6 kids?
5 kids with the 2 adults, and then there
Okay.
was the 2 other adults that have their
The aunt and uncle.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And all right, we're getting a thumbs up from Gary. So
You really think this is the right thing for us to be doing, Ivana?
What will people think?
Let them talk.
He's approaching her. Oh my god.
It's wrong, isn't it?
But it feels so right.
Then it's a deal?
Yes, we eat our pizza the wrong way.
Crust first.
What the fuck?
Different pizza.
Yo, what?
Cheese baked into a totally new, thinner crust. You'll want to eat it the wrong way. Crust first.
Yeah.
I have the last slice.
Actually, you're only entitled to half. Large.
Oh,
All
shit.
right, he knows the law.
Wow.
Isn't that the best thing ever?
That's,
Yes.
Good job, Gary.
How come we can't get him to still do pizza commercials?
At
I
least
think
get that.
I guarantee you we could. He
Somebody
would
get
be
on
totally
that.
down.
Hollywood, somebody. Come on, let's bring some favor back to.
All right.
Old
So
Orange.
back to Home Alone though. Old Orange. The
He's
Cheeto
almost
in
80.
chief.
That's yeah.
It's what I refer to as the orange buffoon.
The tangerine machine.
But, dude, that is so much better than anything I've heard
Thank
on
you.
late night.
Thanks. I just thought of it.
So, does
Thanks.
anybody feel like he was doing an impression of a younger kid than he is at
Yeah.
first?
What
Yes.
an idiot.
Like he was like, "Mom,
I can't pack my suitcase by
okay.
myself.
Oh my fucking god!
This is a hot
I
point.
have such an issue about this.
This is a hot
Holy
point of
shit.
contention.
I'm sorry. I was fucking steaming mad about this. Okay. Okay. Sorry, but if you are unaware of how this
Sorry
movie
if
goes.
that caused an accident if you're
Yeah,
driving.
Sorry. But all right, later on in this movie, it turns out to be a fucking MacGyver genius.
Yes.
Yep.
And has contraptions with mannequins doing full fucking party motions. But this fucking bitch can't pack a suitcase.
Yeah.
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 What is so shocking about
Okay,
that?
we also learned that he's 8 years old.
How can you not pack?
Right.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
You can't put things into boxes?
I can't shut
I-
it. I can't fit thing. What
You
does
don't
it
know,
mean?
You don't know what to pack? You're not
I
sure?
don't think he knew there was a trip.
No, he did.
No. Because they were like, "Is everybody packed?" And he goes, oh, "Packing." Like
he
he was
figured
like,
his mom would do it.
"No." If I figured my mom was going to do it, I wouldn't be like, "Oh, I have to pack."
It'd be like,
Like
oh,
that's what it
cool.
sounded like. He was like, "Oh, we're going on a trip." That's right.
No.
He was more concerned
went-
about the cheese pizza,
No,
plain
he
ass.
straight up walked up to his brothers and sisters and was like, "I don't know how to pack
Yeah.
a suitcase."
Well, I
Les
don't.
incompetents.
I honestly didn't know where my suitcase was kept until 3 years ago when I made it myself.
What?
Moving on.
What?
Um,
You made your
Well, no, I'm
suitcase.
saying,
Jesse is
like-
an adult version of this child.
I need more
whenever
information.
whenever we went on a family trip,
Put that
all of the
slingshot away,
suitcases
Jesse.
were in one place, and I didn't know where that place was. Okay, so then whenever we'd go on a trip, there was magically a suitcase on my bed. Now, yes, I would pack it, but I'm saying I didn't know
Where it came
where
from.
like my suitcase was kept.
Jesse-
It just showed up, and then
Jesse.
I'd throw some shit in it.
You
I'd throw,
understand?
It's a weird
His issue
detail.
wasn't, I don't know how to find my suitcase.
but you don't know that could have been it.
No, I do know because he didn't say that. He said, I don't know how to pack a suitcase.
Well, that's different
It is very.
than what. Packing suitcases is hard, guys.
What I do like about that story is that you had a place in your mind that you knew the suitcases were stored, and you lived in your house,
Didn't
but
know where it
you
was.
didn't know where it could
Yeah.
be.
It was at the same place as the Christmas presents. I never found those.
Well, your parents were pretty good hiders then.
Yeah,
Although I never looked for my Christmas presents because it's way better to just have the
I'll
surprise.
tell you,
No,
I'll tell
I
you
gotta
this
know.
much. I'll tell you this much. I can pack a suitcase blindfolded and with
my teeth.
My teeth.
Mm-hmm.
With just my mouth.
Yeah.
I can't string together a bunch of mannequins and make them act like it's a Christmas party.
All he's doing too is like dancing / that weird gym move with
Oh,
the ropes.
he's doing it with such ease.
Yeah.
And he's
Yeah.
over there. It's so choreographed.
Well, the
And
lady is
he's-
on the record player, so she's spinning around, the one in front of the window.
Yeah.
And then he's doing the, which, by the way, that's in the New York one, too.
Oh, I don't
With
remember
in the
that.
shower scene, "Ah, da, da," when the guy's like singing in the shower.
Maybe we'll have to do that.
Yeah.
He's like pulling the ropes of the guy. Like
Okay,
Dude,
so he's
no,
basically a German engineer.
Yes.
Okay.
he should build.
He's
airplanes.
he's an autist.
Well, I noticed that he knew exactly. Like so he saw this movie for the first time.
He saw this movie.
Wait, who?
What movie?
Kevin McAllister
What
saw
movie?
the Filthy Animal movie.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh,
All right,
I
so-
thought
First
you
time.
meant he saw Home Alone.
No, here we go.
And
He
he
saw
went like this.
the movie. See, a lot of it was different in my head when I was coming out. When he put in the movie, that was him seeing it for the first time. He was like, "Okay, guys, I'm watching a filthy movie. You can come take it away."
Fucking annoying ass kid.
Right. He's like, you're yelling into an empty house. But he knew how to exactly rewind to the exact spots to make them say the exact things to
That's
get
the
them to be
thing.
scared.
He acted like a little kid, but then he could function like an older kid.
Okay, but to be fair to this, to give this movie a fair shake, what the movie does is it goes, he's a scared little baby, and then he goes, I just gotta not be scared, because he goes down and talks to his radiator, and he goes, fuck off, you
Yeah.
dumb
Yeah, I
bitch,
heard
that.
to his radiator.
and,
or
then,
whatever
it
the fuck.
closes and stops. And
Yeah,
he was
and
like,
then he goes,
oh, I guess.
oh,
Like,
I
oh.
just gotta not be scared no more.
That's right.
And then he's all of a sudden he's a genius.
Yeah.
So
I
that's
have
like
massive issues with this character.
I know, but that's what the point is supposed to be doing. And it sucks. It's stupid.
All right.
His
let me ask
family
you a
was gone
question.
for 6 hours, and he's already doing the laundry.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
he faced all his fears.
He went
all
to
of
the
his fears.
store to buy laundry detergent.
he did.
He
and
had
paper
fabric
towels,
softener only,
fabric
though.
softener.
Okay, so I have a question. Who is this movie for?
Me.
Everyone.
For Casey.
I need to know the age range for real. Is it a children's movie?
No, I think it's all ages.
I think it is.
Really?
It is
No,
a.
I think it's supposed to be a family movie for
Yeah.
sure.
It's
does
like
that mean?
there's
Young
things
kids?
for the
young
adults
kids and adults.
And adult. Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
All right. What are
Yeah.
the things for the adults?
The adults see. Okay, I don't understand this. Today, I don't understand this. I guess America thought this fucking twerp was cute
Yeah.
at some point.
Yeah.
I don't find him.
Oh my God, no. He's way cuter here than
I don't find him
than
redeeming.
now.
I don't find him interesting. I don't think he sucks. He sucks balls.
All
to
right.
me.
All right. He is also a really shitty kid.
Yeah.
Where's nobody got me a cheese pizza? Why don't you fucking
Okay.
be grateful that you
Hey.
live in a mansion
Whoa, whoa,
in
whoa.
Chicago?
Hold on.
Whoa.
They did get him a cheese pizza.
His fucking asshole
I'm
brother.
not,
ain't
hey,
it?
hey,
His brother
hey,
Buzz stuffed the whole thing in his mouth.
Wait. That's not what I'm mad about. Okay.
Okay, either.
It's fine if you have food issues and you need a specific thing to eat.
Thank you.
It's not fine to bitch about it
Yeah.
No.
like you're so entitled.
Yep.
Okay, I'm not with you really entirely on.
I felt like
totally on that one.
listen, I felt like it was so whiny and entitled to be like, oh, no one got me a cheese pizza. Like he didn't even know for sure that there
Okay.
weren't any.
I agree. Yeah, he should kind of adapt a little bit.
What a
maybe.
little bitch.
Yeah, but what's even worse, to me, the true sin here is
Liking just plain cheese pizza.
No, get out of here,
no,
Jesse.
No,
get.
no. The true sin is obviously the fucking plain cheese pizza is a hit with the family.
Yes.
Why the fuck do they order 10 pizzas and only one of them is plain cheese?
Yes.
Actually, I think it was 12 pizzas.
They're all like
It
fucking
was.
supreme.
Yeah.
If they're all
That's so
why
heavy.
if the cheese is such a big hit, why wouldn't you order more?
Here's the thing. I don't think it was a big hit.
It was.
Buzz ate the whole fucking thing.
Okay, I
he was
think- So
it's a
shoving
big
the
hit.
no, because he didn't want Kevin to have any because he hates his
There's
little
no
fucking
way
brother.
that
Yeah,
he
because
ate
his brother
slices.
sucks.
You
No way,
know for a
Casey.
fact
Casey,
we've
no.
both eaten a whole
No,
fucking
me-
pizza by
me-
ourselves.
Casey,
It took longer than
Casey,
that.
we will investigate this. Hashtag Pizzagate.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait a second, though.
We're ordering pizza tomorrow.
Do not follow that.
Hashtag Pizzagate.
Don't follow that the hashtag.
Yeah, do not use that hashtag.
All right, so okay. It's really strange to me that literally nobody else in the family prefers just a cheese pizza.
Come on, guys.
I think if you're
How many people?
if
What?
you're ordering for a large swath of people, you definitely
Swath.
get cheese.
And if there's not more than one cheese, there's at least one that's pepperoni that he could pick the pepperonis off.
Amen. But I went to a birthday party once when I was a
Amen.
child. They only had supreme and ham and pineapple. Who the fuck would get that
Okay,
for a
Casey,
children's
Casey,
birthday party?
Did you drop that
report
friend?
them to ICE immediately. And also,
They were fully white.
DSS.
I don't
them.
care.
Let's-
They
we gotta
deserve-
find something.
They have to go.
Definitely,
Something's wrong.
definitely DSS.
But also, 12 pizzas. How many combinations are there? Of like
So
decent,
many.
There's so
Yeah.
many, dude.
No.
I don't know about 1990.
of decent.
of decent, acceptable of like 12 pizzas. You get
green peppers and
3
mushrooms.
of those are just plain cheese. I don't care what
Yes,
what world
yeah.
you're in. 3 of those are
yeah,
plain cheese.
for sure. Because I
Out of
know
12
out of
pizzas.
all those kids too, there's more than one picky eater. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Fuller's
And
definitely a fucking
do these
picky
parents
eater.
not fucking understand that they have a dickhead like kid
Who's a bully?
who they allow to eat an entire pizza, by the way, like without stopping them, going, "Hey, Kevin wants."
They're
cheese.
like thinking, okay, so we have a lot of people here. How many pizzas should we order? 11 should do it. Oh, but Buzz will probably eat one entire pizza. Oh, well then we should get 12.
Right.
Or like, I don't know.
I was more upset at the fact that she was encouraging people to drink milk with their pizza.
Bro,
because
I
that's
was
about to
fucking
say-
gross.
The drink
with
milk.
the
the
dairy
drinking-
market,
The drinking
big dairy all over
okay,
this movie.
the drinking of milk in this movie is
Disgusting.
egregious.
Yes.
What else did he have? Mac and cheese and milk. And
Mac
I
and
was
cheese. Bleh!
Kraft.
you
mac
need to
and
get
cheese.
out of here.
Boy, that's gross.
But
Too much dairy.
so and then the whole fracas happens and the dad has a 2 liter of Pepsi that he just like it explodes on the table and goes everywhere, gets on the guy's pants, and everyone
I looked away at the scene and I
Yes.
didn't see what the incident was. I didn't see
The
what the
incident
inciting
was
incident
Kevin pushing Buzz for eating the whole cheese pizza.
Okay.
And then Buzz knocked into the island, which then knocked over 46 glasses of milk all over the counter, all over the passports and everything. And then everybody yells, and the dad goes, "More!" And then drops the 2 liter on the table. It spills all over everybody's pizza. Everybody's pissed, okay?
What a terrible situation.
So it's awful. So then everybody's like freaking out, and then they all
all
look
Kevin's
at Kevin,
fault.
and Kevin's like,
What a little jerk.
yeah, that's
that
what
what
the
does
uncle
he
says.
say?
That
He's
was
an
his
idiot?
uncle?
Yeah.
Did
Yeah.
he say idiot or jerk?
No,
Jerk.
he said,
He
you
said
little
jerk.
jerk. Look what you did, you little jerk.
There's no way I would
Fucking
let my
uncle.
brother.
And then
There's no way I would
everybody-
let my brother talk to my kid.
Yeah,
that
and
way.
everybody's in on it.
Everybody's
Yeah.
in on it.
They're like, yeah, fuck this little kid.
I mean,
Yeah.
Fun-
I was in on it.
Fun thing.
I mean, yeah, I fucking hate him too.
He is a shitty
It's
kid.
a bad idea to make me like I don't like the protagonist at all.
No, he's
I don't
annoying
feel
as
bad for him.
fuck.
He is a whiny little cunt.
He
but-
gets a little bit better towards the end. No, not all.
Well, let's take a quick little break.
Alrighty.
And then we'll be right back and we'll hopefully make more progress.
Yes.
Okay.
This is our pattern, so you know.
We'll be right back.
right.
Bye.
Film. Film.
Not too obnoxious.
We
That's
back.
So yeah, so I was gonna say one more thing before we leave the pizza scene.
Yes.
I was just I don't know if I was told this in privacy, and I didn't know that it was like a well-known thing, but when his dad is cleaning up the spilt milk all over the countertop, it's all over the passports. All of the passports are like on the island, and when he's like scooping everything up with the paper towels, I noticed he also scooped up one of the passports and threw it into the trash.
Really?
Yes.
So that's how they also didn't know that he was, because they weren't missing his
Because
passport.
when they were at the airport, they
Oh
would have
wow,
noticed.
that's a
Yeah.
tiny detail.
So yeah, I thought it was gonna come back around because like I thought it was a
Right.
well-known thing,
Right.
but then I told her about it and she's like, I don't know about
Yeah,
that.
I didn't see that.
I didn't catch
I
it
even
either.
mentioned it to him outside. I'm like, do you think it's worth bringing it up? And he's like, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So, I thought it was gonna like pay off, but
Wow.
knowing that going in, you see when he has the bundle of paper towels, there's a one passport sticking out the back.
The odds
throws
of
it
that.
into the
Okay,
trash.
Let's go through all the things that had to happen for this
Yes.
to work out. That
Yes,
Yeah,
there's
it had
that.
to be his
the
passport.
power,
Yes.
the power out,
Yep.
and the kid being in the right
The
spot.
kid
Annoying
coming
over.
up to annoy them, which oh god, that was a triggering experience because anytime like me or
Kid
my
was
dad,
better than Kevin,
I want a movie about that kid. Always asking questions.
the neighbor kid.
The kid came
Oh,
from across the
yeah.
street. He's asking them like,
Saw Ryan over there
"What does
lost.
this man run on, gas or diesel?" And the
Yeah.
guy's like, "Can you get away from me?"
You mean the kid who wandered into a stranger's van?
Yes.
Yeah. So also adults are way in this time period way like more able to be like, hey, fuck off, kid. Like
Yeah.
you can't do that anymore. You'll
can't.
get like
Wish.
sued.
God, I
For
wish.
sure.
and like, and if that was just a normal thing, like the kid wasn't offended.
yeah.
He wasn't like,
He was
I'm
just like,
telling my
"Well."
mommy. He was just like, okay, bye.
Well, these kids had such a brawn about them of just like being very brazen. And yes, I have a dictionary next to me, but they're being very brazen about their annoyingness. Like they're just in your face
Well, they're not disciplined.
and they don't care.
yeah. Their
They
parents
don't care.
don't watch them.
No, not at all.
They're just
Sometimes
like-
they forget them at their house when they go to France.
They're like, hey, kids, just take whatever seats you want and coach. And I'm like, I'm sorry. That's not how it works.
Oh, that was upsetting to me. I was
Oh,
like,
Yeah.
the four parents being up in first class and all
Yeah.
the kids palling around in coach.
yeah.
And the annoying
sorry,
uncle?
but I would do that.
Trying to steal the salt and pepper shakers.
Put it in your purse. Put it in your purse.
I would
Yeah.
also do that, but you know that I I take cups from breweries that have cool cups.
Yeah.
That was more than 10 years ago, which is the statute of limitations.
Yeah, and
On
she's
that
You
kidding.
can't
She's
prove
lying.
it.
She's lying.
All the glasses are broken. There's no proof of anything.
So okay, so let's talk more about Kevin.
Okay.
He's the protagonist that we're supposed to be like relating to in this moment, or at
Yes.
least in the beginning, we're supposed to be like, oh, his family doesn't care about him. But then he says stuff like he talks like some kind of weird 50s gangster. Like he's like he says, I wrote a note here where of a line he says, he goes, I didn't burn down the joint.
yeah.
And he was like, talks about he was just making ornaments out of fish hooks or whatever.
Yeah.
But he's like, he literally has like the twang of a 50s
That's the thing.
mobster.
Like, he's a dick because he's like indignant about his shitty behavior. He's like, what? I didn't burn the house down,
Yeah.
Well, and they're rich. Look at that fucking house.
That's
Yeah.
true.
despite the wallpaper.
Do they own McAllister's Deli?
Yes, that's
Oh
where they get
my
their wealth. That
God.
originated in Chicago.
Oh my
Bro,
God.
that's
Dang,
crazy.
I want one of those salads so bad right now.
And then you said his name was Buzz? Is that right?
I'm
The
sure
older
that's
brother?
not his real name. It's the
No,
nickname.
no. Yeah, sure, but that's the dickhead brother.
Yes.
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 And he's
With the
worried about
spider.
French girls shaving their pits.
Yeah. By the way, when they said that the first time, I definitely thought they were going to say pussy. I was like, dude, don't they shave their pits? I was like, wait, what? I was like, definitely expecting the.
By the way, is that true that French girls
I
don't
always
shave their
have.
pits?
I've always heard that. Yes.
Is it real?
French girls are like
I don't
do
know.
you- What do we
hairy
think?
motherfuckers.
I'm
dude.
sure they're the same as most girls in the world.
Yeah, I think so too.
Like, that's such a weird thing. Why would they not shave? But I think the thing behind it is that they were more like free with their, like, they were like, I'm not going to adhere to a man's standards, you know, like,
Yeah.
they were like, whatever. They weren't
More-
hippies.
they're
They were
free
more like,
love.
yeah.
Free love.
Yes, I have
That is
seven
actually
husbands.
what Paris means. The word Paris means free love.
Free love.
Don't check me.
Free
on that.
love. That's my
That's
French.
super gay.
Free love.
Free love.
I don't know. I just think it's an interesting strategy to start a movie off where you hate the main character.
Yeah, and the things he said to his mother.
God, what an ass.
God.
Which, shout out to Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
Yes,
oh yeah,
that's the
that was. We were both like, whoa.
Yeah.
Which I remembered. I mentioned Kevin McAllister's mom. I said that in the Beetlejuice episode.
Oh, okay.
You did?
Yeah, I did.
I
And
mean, I should really listen to this podcast.
You should. It's actually pretty good.
I've heard it was
I
good.
enjoy it. But I didn't know we were doing Home Alone yet.
Right.
I just thought, I was like, that's Kevin McAllister's mom. That's how I know her.
Wow.
Yeah.
I did really enjoy the dad. He made me laugh. So after the pizza party, they all go to bed. They wake up late because the power had went out, so they didn't wake up for their alarm. And she's like, "Where are the passports?" Because they were all wet. He said, "I put them in the microwave to dry off."
Yeah.
What
Does that work?
fuck?
I thought he was joking.
Ryan seems to think that was a joke. Like he's a funny guy.
Yeah.
Right. But
But
Do you
now
like-
I'm starting to not think
do you
so.
turn the microwave on?
All night.
Or do you
Right.
just, do you just sit him in
Is
there?
it a convection versus and microwave?
I guess you put it on defrost and it gets all the milk off.
Ah.
I don't know.
Okay, here's an inconsistency with the power outage. Everyone's lights still automatically came on at the time that the crooks had recorded they would. But if
Oh,
the
God.
power went out,
Yes.
those timers would be off by however long the
Ah.
power was out for.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's another inconsistency about the fucking lights coming on. Who the fuck sets their lights to come on at 7:32 and
Yeah.
16 seconds?
That's very
True.
dumb.
Right. He
and then
read
their neighbors
through,
set it
yes.
for 7:32 and 25 seconds.
Yeah, he read through and was like, and this house? And then there's not a minute in between. There's only a few
Yeah.
seconds. And he's like, and then this house. Like, he knows the seconds.
And maybe most importantly, why is that his indicator? He's like, all the houses where people are leaving have automatic lights. It's this address,
Yeah.
this address, and this address. Why do you care about the lights?
Yeah.
You know the addresses already.
Yeah.
He already knows the homes.
Yeah.
He just wanted
But-
to flex.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
did.
it was
But
just
the
a weird
homes
flex.
that have
Yeah.
the automatic lights are normally the ones that aren't going to be there to turn them on.
No,
Yes.
I know that, but he already
Yeah.
scouted it out and knows
Right.
that they're not
Yeah.
there.
But he's
I think
showing
he was-
Marv.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think he was
he's
showing off because he
showing
was
off.
like, these idiots even told me what time their lights were set for.
That is that's so stupid.
It's
Yeah.
Because
not.
it just calls into
yeah.
into question the weird
Timing.
17-second mark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm
You know
just
what I mean?
really concerned about the power outage. Like, I
Yeah.
need to know because I used to have a job where I had to work with like timers for like reptile lights and stuff. And if there was a power issue, then their lights would not turn on time. And I'm assuming in 1990, like those were analog type things, so they couldn't self-correct.
Right.
So,
True.
come on,
That's
nobody
it.
caught that.
No.
Like,
I was-
there was no editing process. In this
Did
movie.
anybody else have an issue with the sound of this movie?
Yes. Yes.
So yes, absolutely. I mean, a lot of movies have inconsistencies with sound. I find myself
Unacceptable.
a lot of the time turning up movies when there is,
and
you
then
know,
having to furiously turn it down.
Yeah.
when,
Okay, now-
when any sort of music plays.
Or an
Now-
airplane
now,
soars through the sky.
We were watching this movie with a sleeping baby in the room, and there was a scene where he wakes up with his family gone, and he walks into his kitchen, and he's watching TV, and the TV is really low volume, and he's just kind of sitting there, just realizing no one's in the house. So I'm slowly kind of turning the volume up because I can
you
tell
think
there's
that
something,
something's important to hear.
and he's kind of going like, "Mom,"
yeah.
and nothing's happening. So I'm kind of like turning the TV up, and I got the volume pretty decently loud, and then the scene cuts to everybody plug your ears. This is going to be the actual
Warning.
noise.
Okay.
Warning,
Warning.
warning, warning. It cuts
Warning.
to from a silent kitchen to
Right, it's an airplane.
of a
Yes.
fucking airplane.
Like it was
Warning
inside.
over.
It was skippers. It was an actual inside an actual jet engine.
Jesus, it filled
Yeah.
our house was shaking.
See, they really did fly to France.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Big
So real-
budget.
yeah.
Big budget.
That's where it went.
Yes.
It was to record the microphones used to record the
Well,
actual decibels
They
of
had
a
to
fucking jet
invent
engine.
the drone to then follow the airplane also.
Yeah.
And then every time he screamed, which was, I don't know, like 12 times.
Yeah, all the time.
See, that's what I'm saying. And he screams like he slaps his face and stares and goes,
Yeah.
I don't like that he acknowledges the camera.
I don't either.
everyone
Yeah.
acknowledges the camera.
What do you mean? The other
Marv
siblings?
does, Joe Pesci does.
What?
They get hit in the head and they go,
Oh, yeah, right.
"Oh,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get this kid." Like they stare at the camera. Everybody's
Yeah, they
acknowledging
pull a
it.
Jim.
I don't think they're staring at the camera. I think the camera just happens to be in the line of
Just
sight.
totally centered.
Okay, but
that
Kevin
they are-
McAllister does.
I mean, whatever.
He goes right up to it and he's like, oh. And then he turns around and runs the other way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He'll run up the stairs screaming, going, "Ah!" and then turn face where the camera is and goes, "Oh, I can't go that way."
Because
By the
there's
way,
a cameraman there.
When he realizes his family's gone, his idea of having a good time is literally running around the house with his arms in the air.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first thing he did was make popcorn and jump on the parents' bed while eating the popcorn.
That's
what a-
4-year-old
what a
behavior.
freak,
Yes.
dude.
Like 8-year-olds, I think, should
That's
know
what
better.
I'm saying. He's doing an impression of a little
Yes,
kid.
we were very confused on his age until they mentioned that he was 8.
Yeah. 8
He
years
also,
old.
yeah, he said second grade. I heard him say that.
Okay, I
as
missed
well.
that, I guess. Because I was like thinking, I was like,
But that was, I think,
is he
later.
6? And Ryan was like, no.
Which, by the way, is he the youngest?
No,
Of
because
them?
the youngest one pees, I thought. Or is
No,
that
it's
what
his
I-
cousin? Okay. Then maybe.
Oh, okay. I was also thinking that was their younger brother, but that's interesting.
No, because it was the jerk off older one. The other one that had like the duffel bag that seemed kind of sporty.
What the fuck?
That one.
Yeah. Who remembers that one?
Kevin, and then there was a
Sporty duffel
girl.
bag.
Are you talking about the redhead kid?
Yeah.
He was, yeah.
Yeah.
There was also a redhead girl. Was she a cousin? The Les
Yes.
Incompetents?
I don't remember the siblings. I don't remember the girl
The
sibling.
older lady or sibling who counted them all. Surely that's his sister.
That's, I think, his
cousin.
sis- was it?
Who fucking
Who
cares?
She didn't
fucking-
come
Hold on.
home.
I need a genealogy of this family right
it,
now.
It literally
think
never
she-
comes up like
Stat.
whose kids
Yeah.
are whose.
Because the mom, Kevin's mom asks her to count, and that's why I thought
Yeah,
that she
it
was
seems
one
like
of
that would be, but you never know.
But does the uncle live with them?
No. I think they just
No.
came over because they were going to the airport together.
Okay, so they're
Yeah.
damn. So they have that whole house with just half of those kids.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, and she mentioned there were 15 of them in that house that night. So,
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah. That's a
So
tough
anyway,
one.
so I guess we haven't really talked about the premise. Is the family their power goes out and the family is panicked because they wake up and they're in a hurry. They're like, "Oh my God, we're gonna miss our flight!" So they hurry up and get out of the room. But before that, the night before, Kevin goes, "Mom, fuck you, you bitch," and
I hate you and your vagina.
I hate you and I wish you would fucking die. And then you're like, "Oh, I love this protagonist. I'm
Yes.
so involved."
I
And she goes,
identify.
"You don't really mean that. If you do, say it again." And he goes, "I don't fucking like you,
A
bitch."
single tear rolls down her cheek, and she
He
says,
says the worst,
youngest
most
child.
hate- Yeah. He says the worst shit, and you're like,
"I'd
I
like
hate
to carve
you.
your face off."
I
Actually,
hate this kid.
Yeah.
And
Ungrateful little bitch.
she says,
At least you have Christmas presents.
she,
What the fuck?
yeah, and she says, you'd be really sad if you woke up tomorrow and you didn't have a
Okay,
family.
there are so many things that allude to them forgetting him.
Mm-hmm.
It's annoying.
Yeah.
It's so over the top.
But that's movies.
That's
like
movies.
that's they
Not
they-
anymore. I
That's
think.
movies for you.
They
no
do.
worse.
Hey, what are you
That's
gonna
what
do?
we say. That's the catchphrase of this. Holy
That's what they've always
shit.
said.
What was that?
Oh, it was just some homeless man beating on our fucking door.
I'm sorry. I need to know actually. What that- Did you see what it was?
I don't know what it was. I think it. You want to pause this or
Let's do a pause just to make sure we're not going to get murdered.
quick pause?
Be right back.
All right, we're back.
Okay, so we're back
and
and we're
live.
all still alive.
We think
For
it was
now.
a pine cone hitting the roof because we're in a garage, so it's not like we're in a house or anything.
Yeah, it was like a 13-pound pine cone that just fell onto the roof. I think.
Yeah.
I mean, or
Anyway.
somebody threw something at the garage door because that's what it sounded like. But
Well, let's just finish this up.
Yes.
All right,
The
so,
studio, you mean?
right.
So the family, we're doing this. Like we're unsafe doing this, so
Yeah.
give us a 5-star review.
Why don't you go ahead and just click
We're
a 5 star?
Yeah.
Straight up all on edge right now. So
Yeah.
All right,
Tune into our Facebook or any of our social medias to see if we're alive in a week. If we post about this episode, then you'll know.
if we never post anything again,
This
it's
episode
been
will be
nice
lost.
knowing you.
Yeah, it will be
oh
epilogued,
Oh my god.
cataloged.
I'm gonna write a note to the police department to have this released upon.
Why don't we just go
Any
ahead
of
and
our
text
guests.
911 real quick preemptively?
I'm gonna put 9-1 right here on
there you
there.
go. There you go.
Great.
So
Great.
anyway, so Home Alone,
Woo, woo.
which we feel like we all kind of are right now.
Yes.
Somehow
Yes.
we're together, but we feel alone.
Well, I
Yes.
never feel like an adult, so I always feel home alone. Like I don't have a person
tell you
in
what,
charge.
Let's jump to because we're 51 minutes in. Let's
Cool,
jump
cool,
to
cool, cool.
let's jump to where maybe
damn.
the wet bandits show up. bandits. All right, so there's not really much to say.
All right, let me
after-
just preface.
go ahead. Go ahead, set it up.
Every single crook, there's one named Marv.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I wanted to. So the parents leave. They forget him because they're in a hurry,
And they miscounted and
they
lost his
miscounted because
passport.
this kid snuck into a van.
Although,
and,
don't you
like,
also
looked
have
like
to
it
have a
was
plane
him.
ticket? They lost that too. That was in the passport,
Probably in the
maybe?
passport.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let it slide.
Well,
See,
they
the
didn't check
passport
any of
thing-
their tickets. I don't think they just ran to the
Oh
airport.
my god, I was so annoyed
And
by that.
the lady was just like doing a quick head count as
There's
they were
no
going
security.
The
No.
door was shut.
Well, this
that
was
door,
pre-9.
When that door's shut, you can. It was pre 9/11.
Yeah,
It's
things were a
pre-9.
lot easier
Holy
back then, I
shit!
think.
You might be right.
Yeah.
I was like, that door's shut. You can't get on that
It's
thing.
it's hard to imagine that world because we were so young when that event
Yeah.
happened that
Yeah.
like I don't even think I flew before that.
I was never on a plane until after.
Yeah, same.
So
Wow.
Yeah. And you
That
too.
might be. Yeah,
That's-
that might be right.
it was very much relaxed.
I mean,
at
there's
that
no
point.
way they could get to the airport from their home and make their flight in 45 minutes. Like it is
Yeah.
literally impossible. Even
Yeah.
in a pretty small town, it'd be
Even if you lived next to the airport, you
Yeah,
couldn't.
like TSA line, you know,
Yeah.
especially in the morning is definitely during the holiday.
Yeah.
Get
Yeah.
Well, so anyway, so the family's gone. He wakes up and the family's basically disappeared, and he's like, "Oh, I made my family disappear." So
yeah, like does
time
he
to
think
celebrate.
that he wished it because he?
Yes,
So
What an idiot.
not once was he like,
worried.
Wait.
did they go on the trip?
Well, because he saw their cars.
But that was after he had already partied and jumped on the
Right,
bed and
you're right.
everything.
He's just
So,
so
but
excited.
after he saw their cars, but he knew that they were gone. Did he just think they like were raptured?
Yeah.
I mean,
He
what
wished
is-
it.
What was his logical thought process?
he thought he did it.
Yeah.
How can you be 8?
I don't know. I did it
Later
once.
On,
I
believe
hated
he
it.
asks Santa's helper to bring his family back.
He does.
Yeah.
He's like,
I-
I know
I
you're not a real
remember-
Santa, but I know
I-
you work for the real guy.
Yeah.
He's like, I know how it
remember
works.
being 8, and I remember the skepticism of Santa was there already
Wow.
at 8
Your
years old.
childhood was robbed.
I don't think so. That's a long time to believe in that.
I believed in Santa till last year.
Yep.
I guess if you guys have kids, you should probably not let them hear that part. If you're listening with them.
Put headphones.
Warning.
3 minutes ago, warning. Late warning on
But
that.
so that's what I'm saying. Like, so this kid hates his family, wishes they would disappear. They disappear, and this kid celebrates.
Yeah.
He's an awful person. He's horrible.
I feel like we've pretty much hammered that in.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, this is where we just got to where his family disappeared.
Yeah.
We've been talking about pizza for the first fucking 50 minutes.
And aftershave.
Yeah. Which, again, the aftershave thing. The
No way.
No, I have to bring this up. The scream, the Home Alone face is him smacking his cheeks with his mouth open and screaming. He never does that when the wet bandits show up.
No.
He only does that when he uses aftershave.
Yeah, because he's putting the
Home Alone-
aftershave
This
on.
should be called aftershave.
That's the whole thing is a lie.
Yeah.
He doesn't go, I'm scared. He does it for aftershave.
Okay, but let me ask. When he
fuck?
encounters that guy that his
aggressive.
neighbor, when he encounters his neighbor that he thought was a murderer,
Shovel murder.
did he do it then? Or did he just scream up
No,
and
he
down?
just
He just
He
screamed.
never puts his
Okay.
hands on his face.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Because he was like getting all
bullshit.
brazen, and he's like, I gotta conquer my
Like that
fear.
word, huh?
Hey guys, I'm not scared anymore. And then the shovel guy comes around the corner, and he goes,
That's
then
exactly
runs-
how he screams.
yeah.
It's so deadpan.
Yeah.
Like,
none
His
of his
eyes,
face.
his eyes are dead.
None of his face says that he's screaming, except for his mouth.
Yeah,
That's it.
So annoying.
Yes. So then the parents are then in France because they realize on the plane that they're like, the mom's like, yo, I think we forgot something, dog. And then the dad's like, no, see, you know what?
it was a
She said,
garage.
oh yeah, she said, did you close the garage doors? He goes, you know what?
That's it.
That was it.
Yeah.
And I do that to her all the time when she's freaking out about something. Because I'm just like, stop freaking out about it. It was probably something simple.
That's a really good tactic. Ryan just says that I should not be freaking out and is not comforting at all.
No, I do that to you.
You never try to calm me down.
I've definitely lied to you about what you were freaking out about.
Okay, but I'm saying he tries to calm her down, like everything's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. I don't do that. No, I try to make you feel worse.
Yeah.
He says everything's going to be okay, blah, blah, blah. She keeps naming things. He's like, it's probably because we like just woke up in a panic, you know, like we were rushing around. You probably forgot that. So then they then realize that, oh no, we're up here in first class. We forgot Kevin. Okay. So then they're like in the airport trying to get a ticket to go back. And
Christmas
that guy,
Eve, right?
yeah. And that guy is like, we don't have any openings until Friday. She's like, I can't take that. That's too long.
Like, what is he supposed to do?
Yeah.
That part is so annoying because
Can
like,
you craft another plane that takes me
can I
directly
just-
to my house?
Can I
Yeah.
stand in the back? You know,
Can you land on my street?
Family's full of entitled assholes.
That's
For real.
right. Yeah.
they don't know how much money they have.
They really don't, because they also have shitty station
When
wagons.
they
She
stole the
was-
phone from that poor lady who was on the payphone, she was just like, "Give me the fucking phone."
Yeah, fucking assholes. That's why people hate white people. But listen, she offered that couple $500 plus buying their tickets, plus her ring,
And
plus
the earrings,
her earrings, and something else.
And the watch.
Even the watch.
the fake Rolex.
Still, probably a cool 200. Still,
That's
I bet.
right.
So like, money's not an object.
Right.
1,000,000%. 12 pizzas.
That's right.
Well, and they agreed to it obviously because she flew to that other airport. She was still wearing the earrings.
Yes. And also at the end,
Gasp.
Yeah.
still wearing the earrings.
Inconsistent.
And also, she was in the Scranton airport.
Yes.
Yeah, I did see that.
When
I heard
appreciate
when
that.
they
that,
met
yeah.
up with
Ma'am, you're in Scranton.
John Candy, who has a very tiny
Uncle
part,
Buck.
Yeah.
He has
as
too big of a part.
a polka. No, my note says here I really miss John
A
Candy.
polka fuck.
Yeah.
What would
Oh.
you call like an artist? I don't know. A polka.
Polka
He's in a,
dots.
he's in a
Musician.
band. He's a
Polka
musician
dots.
in a band.
I'm just like the way that he is talking to her about. He talks way too long about that she should recognize him.
Yeah, we had a
She
hit. It
goes
had
on
200
and on.
200
yeah,
plays.
623 or something
Yeah.
like that.
I like that part.
It
That
was a bit,
gave me anxiety
It was
listening
very
to him talk.
unrealistic.
It was straight up that kid that was talking to the guys in the van. This is him grown up. This is what he does.
Ooh, there's like
Yeah.
a
Totally
time
right.
warp
He
in this
goes
movie.
to them and he's like, "No, I just thought you would know me because we sold 600 copies in Sheboygan.
Yeah, in a
so I
different
thought you
state
would."
than you.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And then and I don't appreciate you polka-ing fun at John Candy. Thank you very much.
Nice, nice.
So then the guy, I thought they were going to get a van to then
That's
take the
because
trip.
I don't know. He said those words.
Yeah,
Yes.
he said van. It was a U-Haul.
It was a it was a
budget truck?
It was a budget truck where they're in the back of it,
Yeah.
all sitting around playing polka. I imagine the entire time.
Also, there's a bench in there for them to sit on, which is very unrealistic. As
That's
someone
right.
who's moved before.
Yes,
You
as
can't
someone who's
sit.
been in a U-Haul literally 24 hours ago, there ain't no bench in there.
Yeah.
You ain't sitting on shit.
You sitting on hay bales, dude?
You sit. Well, they might be sitting on their instrument cases. Dang it, I didn't think of
Oh,
that.
I didn't look hard enough. Maybe.
Yeah, we might have to rewatch it. We'll be right back with. No, we're not.
Yeah.
We're not. We're not.
Oh,
Sorry, Gary had his finger on the trigger. He was ready.
Yeah. Very trigger happy over there.
So then they. I mean, there's a lot
I
to
think
still cover.
the best thing is to go through, I would call the tricks on the Wet Bandits. I think those
Okay.
are the most like.
well, we
How-
haven't
was
really.
anybody
We have
else-
to set up the Wet Bandits a little bit
All right.
for people
Okay.
who
All
haven't
right.
seen it.
Yeah.
So while the family is in France and the
Figuring
mom,
their shit out.
the mom is like, "I'm gonna go try to get Kevin back," and
But
the
she
family
called the
just kind of
police.
stays there, and they're like doing their thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, at the end, I'm furious.
The Family Crisis Center and
Oh, dude.
back and forth.
Oh,
So
yeah, with the
she's
police,
she's
yes.
struggling with all this poke bullshit, and the Kevin is there, and now is where Joe Pesci is showing off. Hey, I know where the fucking
Lights
the houses
are?
where people
Yeah.
are not going to be there. So he is going to rob these houses. They rob one, and then they go to they see the McAllisters. Well, but even before that, Kevin catches on. He sees
Yeah.
Joe Pesci
'Cause he
They're
was-
not secretive about it.
He
He's
was
about to get
walking
run over.
He was walking back on the street. They just robbed the house, stuffed the towels in the drain, turned the faucet on. Okay,
Dicks.
because that's what makes them
that's
the wet
their
bandits.
calling card.
They flood your house.
Yes, it's our calling card, right?
So
then
You're sick.
they're
What are you doing that for?
gunning it down the driveway while not looking at the road. Very
Why would you?
very unprofessional. And then they almost hit Kevin, right?
And and Kevin goes exactly.
Okay.
Good job.
And then they make eye contact, and he notices
The toofy.
the tooth.
Yeah.
The gold tooth.
Yeah, that he noticed when the policeman was in.
Yes.
Because
foyer.
it is the
Pesci
policeman.
policeman.
Yeah.
So
The
that's when
Pesci
he's.
force.
So I guess from that he kind of concludes that
This is not-
normal. So that's when he does the mannequin thing, though.
Well, this is also after he walked down the street and they slowly followed him in the van.
Yeah, yeah,
And then he turned around and they were both just like, whoa, I don't
And he bought it. He bought it.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, he started sprinting, and then
He went to the church.
Oh, I see. Okay, so I have a question.
he went to
though.
the church and dressed up.
The
as
part
a,
where Marv tried to break in and he turned the light on and the Marv abandoned, did that happen before the mannequin thing? Yes, right?
no, that happened after the mannequin thing.
Okay. Are you sure?
No,
Because I feel like it happened and he was like, I thought you said they'd
Yes.
be gone.
So the mannequins were first,
Okay.
and then they came back because
They thought they just left the
they
next
heard the
day.
voicemail. They were at the neighbors. And
That's
he
right.
was-
Yeah.
yeah.
by the mannequins we mean he set up several mannequins.
He
to
found-
strings.
And a Michael Jordan cutout.
And a Michael Jordan cutout, and he set him up to look like exactly like the silhouettes being projected onto the windows were a party happening, and it works flawlessly.
I've
Yes.
never seen a house have mannequins in them.
No,
Nope.
no.
What does his dad do for work?
I don't fucking know. I don't know what McAllister's sandwiches.
McAllister's? Oh, it's the sandwich place.
It's a deli.
Macallister's.
Those are the things
I'm
they
gonna kill myself.
You messed up.
I'm
You're
an idiot.
stupid.
Aw, Ryan.
Oh, God.
It's all right. He's not crying.
When that homeless man comes back, I'm not helping you guys.
Whoa.
Please
Dang,
do.
and you're the only one with the axe.
Yeah. So then he sees the mannequins. They go like, oh, I guess they are not gone. And then they hear the voicemail, and they're like, yo, we're gone. So they go, oh, we're hitting it tonight, right?
Because this is the golden goose of the
Why do
neighborhood.
they need
Of
this
that-
house so bad?
That's the reason they decided to hit that street
That
because
one
of
house.
that house.
That's so stupid.
Well, you forget Kevin also overheard them after that whole situation. He like poked his head out the window,
Mm-hmm.
and they were like, "We're gonna come back at 9 o'clock tonight."
yeah.
And then Kevin goes, 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he knows to be
Locked
prepared
it
for
in.
them.
That's
Yeah.
so
And then he goes to church.
So Joe Pesci walks
Mm-hmm.
up to the window and goes, "This fucking kid's parents ain't home." Well,
Yeah.
Kevin sees him in the reflection of a ball
ornament.
of an ornament and goes, "Hey, Dad!" And he's pretending, but Joe Pesci's wise to his game. Rob the fucking house then. Why do you need to Why do you need to wait
Yeah.
till night?
Why wait?
I guess
Why
they
wait?
wanted the cover of darkness.
That's what you said while we were watching it, and I was like, I don't know.
I mean, if I was going to rob a house, it would be at night.
Why?
But on a
Because you see
street,
less.
but on a street where everybody's on vacation.
And no plumbers work at night.
Yeah,
right?
but like...
Yeah, it's weirder for a plumber to
not,
be there.
It's kind of weird. Yeah.
Not literally everybody is on vacation. Just most people. So there
But
are
it's
still
weirder
some
for a
people...
plumber to be there at night.
I saw
Yeah, well,
no
I
one else
definitely
outside.
would not have a plumber van. So,
But he did.
yeah, but I would not. So I would rob at night.
Okay.
That's what the question was.
You would have one that says, "We make night calls."
I would say good plumbing.
Okay. Yes.
Moving on.
Moving on from that.
So okay, yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
I love that part.
What
though.
did we just do?
So this is
I didn't
where
like that.
he plays when he comes back at night. This is where he plays the infamous "You Filthy Animal" clip.
Yeah.
Freaks
Which
him
he
out.
also did to the pizza guy.
Right.
And that's how he knew it was going to work.
So
And-
rude, but at least he paid him.
He put the firecrackers in the little pot, and I thought that was pretty cool.
Okay, but why did he have to do that? Because the delivery man believed that it was shotguns too.
Yeah, he was already he was an
True.
idiot. Do you see that guy?
I guess the level of fear was a little bit prevalent in this.
He wanted to really scare the fuck out of
Yeah,
him.
he wanted to make
He
sure
didn't
it worked.
think about it the first time. Well, he might not have even had him.
He wasn't threatened by the pizza man. He was just like, "Get out of here, you."
Yeah, like I don't want you to know that I'm home alone.
Right.
But I
I'm a
also think
kid.
he went shopping in between the pizza man and them coming the second time. So he probably had that now.
Yeah, because he fucking made the macaroni and cheese, sat down with candlelight.
Oh my god.
At
And then was like,
8:57.
oh,
yeah.
it's
Why would you
9.
not be like just kind of conscious of the time?
Yes.
Yeah.
Come on.
What a waste, and you'll never figure out if it's good or not.
All right. So, but before
'Cause it's gonna be
that, when they make their ascent or descent on the house, he goes to church and talks to the axe murderer.
Yes.
Yes. Well, the axe
I
murderer
guess
talks
that's
to him.
kind of an important scene
Because he
I
was
don't know.
kind of telling
Yeah.
him to that. I think he was encouraging him not to be afraid too, right?
Yeah.
Yes, because he was afraid to talk to his son because he
Yes.
was like, well, what if he doesn't want to talk to me? And the kid was like, there's only one way to find out, old man.
That guy
I'm
had
the wisest
this.
person ever.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I noticed because he was like, his demeanor was, oh, by the way, the store, when he was trying to get, he was like, is this toothbrush made
ADA.
What was
approved
that
by the
about,
American
by the
Dental
way?
Association?
All right. Do you know what the ADA is? It used to be like a big deal. The American Dental Association. They would approve toothbrushes and toothpastes, and you needed to check to make sure it was approved by them to make sure you were getting the right equipment for your mouth.
Right.
It was like taught in schools and dentists and stuff.
Okay.
Your dentist office should have told you.
Well, then how come no one in the store knew what the fuck that was about?
Well, because since it wasn't labeled, I mean,
I
they
think
weren't sure.
That was his attempt at adulthood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was him
look, I'm
being like,
mature.
him being
I'm
over-
mature.
yeah.
Do you guys know if this is approved by the American Dental Association? And then they're asking everybody. The old guy creeps up behind him, puts his bloody hand.
Why is this guy got to be such a fucking creep?
Yeah.
Okay. Also,
Those boots.
he's a goth.
Those boots.
Yeah. Hot topic.
Yeah, those are next level. Like, where can I get a pair?
Yeah.
I guess Hot Topic.
There's some right over there. That's
Oh,
an
yeah,
that's an
the
inside
snake
joke.
boots. No one can see that. This is not a video podcast.
Yeah, it's the studio. Yeah, so he plops his bloody ass hand on the counter while he's there. How rude. And then so he backs away. And then, okay, so he has the toothbrush in his hand.
That's when he accidentally shoplifts.
Yeah.
Accidentally. But then once you get to the police, wouldn't you just be like, hey, I'm terrified because this guy's after me?
Yeah.
Why would you run from the police?
Or just drop your toothbrush.
Yeah,
It's
but
also
still,
probably
you-
like $1.
It's $1.
Who cares?
Yeah.
That's true.
If it's not ADA certified, it's only $1.
Yeah.
That's true. But it might have been. But
We don't know.
so I didn't understand when you have the cop right there, when you think you're going to get murdered by the shovel guy, just to be like, hey, that guy murders people with shovels.
I also think if you were home alone and you were scared and you know, or I guess at that point he didn't know that they were going to come, like
Right.
rob
Right.
the house. Okay, but because I was thinking like, why wouldn't you go talk to the cop and be like, hey, I might need some assistance?
That's
Yeah, he never even considers that option.
No,
Right.
idiot.
Yeah, but he also doesn't answer the door when they do come knocking because he thinks that there's people.
Which I
Yeah,
don't
that
blame him.
cop was the worst at that job though. Like he's like, yeah, we'll go check on your kid and make sure he's fine. And then he just knocks 3 times and he's like, this house ain't, no one's home.
Nobody's home.
Yeah.
I'm like,
in this fucking mansion, nobody's here.
why would a little kid open the door for you? Why do you think that your job is done?
Yeah.
Come on, get some work ethic.
All right.
True.
So
Yes,
He leaves
No.
the doors unlocked all the time. I'm just saying that cop could have walked in.
that's true.
true.
Yeah, that is annoying.
I would
He
have
runs
cased
up
the
to
place
house and he
probably to
just-
be like,
this house is the easiest house in America to rob.
Yeah. Like, good thing we have 2 really upstanding, like, good people crooks. Like, they're regular good people normally.
Yeah, they're not like in their van smoking crack.
Yeah, they're not like drug addict actual criminals. They're just thieves.
which by the way, I saw a wedding ring on Joe
He's
Pesci's hand.
married.
So he's
He's a family man.
Either that was a mistake or he's married.
All right,
Yeah.
and this is his job because
Yeah.
he spends a lot of time doing it.
He does.
They slept in the van at one point.
Yeah.
Like, okay, whatever. Fine. Unbelievable.
Yes. Incredible. He's a better adult than me.
Who is?
Kevin?
The robber?
Kevin.
Oh,
What do
What
you
makes
mean?
you say that?
Bro,
that's true.
when he goes shopping and he thinks of everything and he like, buys everything, I can't do that.
Yeah, I'm bad at that too, honestly.
I can't walk into a store and be like, yeah, I got Tide, I got paper towels, I got milk. I'm like, nah, dude, I went and got like 16 Heath bars, and that's my shopping haul.
I feel like
Sorry,
that's such like a Chris Pratt thing to do.
it could be.
It feels
Am
like
I?
it would be. I don't
Jesse's
know.
the Chris Pratt of this podcast. That's what I've always said.
Yeah,
That's
I've
what all
always
the
said
fans
that.
are saying. It's been a vote. Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, he does the shopping. The bags rip simultaneously,
Because that happens.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
which
That-
is the bug.
If you're an adult, that happens.
maybe that's a little nitpicky, but
All right, but I feel like we're going back in time. Let's return to the night of the events.
So then
getting
they
there.
try to break into the house. so
they're
you want
at
to
the,
go?
Yeah, I got it all in order.
All right.
So they're at the kitchen door, and that's when he has like, I guess, is that a BB gun?
Must be a BB
It is a
gun.
BB gun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Definitely not a real gun
Maybe
because they would have
airsoft?
died.
yeah, when he
Well,
shoots-
shot him
obviously
in
not
the
a real
face.
gun, yeah.
And the dick.
Oh
right?
yeah.
Shot him right in
Uh-huh.
the dick.
The first
Yeah.
one, the dick, where he goes, because you can't swear.
Yeah, I guess
That's like his. This is how kids hear swearing,
Yeah.
like the Charlie Brown thing, where like the
Yeah.
all the adults like, yeah. I think that's what that was. Like he couldn't swear, so he was
Yeah.
going. So then he goes and puts snow on his balls over there, and then Marv is like, "Well, I'll just put my head." Hold on. Let's go back to when he first put his foot in through the doggy door and lost his shoe.
yeah, I know.
That was actually hilarious.
Big boy
enjoyed
laugh.
I laughed. That was a big boy laugh I had.
Okay,
But
I had one later, and when you get to it, I'll explain.
so he sticks his head through there, and there's a barrel of a gun, and he shoots him.
Kevin's not
Right
scared
between
at
the
all.
eyes.
He's like, "Hi."
Hey guys.
Because he conquered the radiator.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's true.
Annoying.
And then they're like, "Oh well, fuck this. We're gonna split up. One's gonna go through the basement. One's gonna go through the front door."
Good thing he already hosed off the front stairs and the back
Thought
stairs
of everything.
to make them icy. It takes Joe Pesci, was it 3 tries to get up those icy steps? Because he falls down the first time, and then he comes up again, and then falls again.
I
He's like
feel-
holding onto the railing, and his legs are kicking out to the side.
It's like a
feel like
trampoline.
yeah.
Like
I feel like a normal adult can figure out how to walk on ice when
Yeah.
there's a railing.
Yeah. Well, the first fall, you audibly went, "Oh," because his legs went out, and he went probably, I don't know, 10 feet in the air,
Yeah.
and dropped flat on his back, and he goes, "Oh,"
yeah.
and that
Death
was
rattle?
painful.
Do you think he does his own stunts?
Absolutely not.
That'd be
Yeah.
awful.
No way.
Well, that's unrealistic.
Because there was, I think, a spot in the end where Marv, when he was getting arrested and hit by the cop, that it was a different person. I didn't go back. I didn't go back to look, but it looked like a guy with more gray hair.
That's funny.
So that could be.
So
another
after
thing.
the ice gag, that's when he goes to run around the back to try
hot
to use the
doorknob.
crowbar.
Hot doorknob.
that was after they did the stairs almost simultaneously.
Okay.
So
And then
yeah.
Marv goes into the basement, and the iron drops through the laundry chute.
But so he gets in through the crowbar with
Yeah.
the crowbar.
It
He
wasn't
didn't-
locked.
He didn't use the crowbar in the right
No,
spot.
it was
either.
on the door frame.
It was on the door frame, and you can see he actually split
Yeah.
the door
Yes.
frame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he turns the knob and just
And
the
it just
door's
opens.
unlocked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that drove me crazy.
That's a good comedic moment.
Yeah.
And then that's when you go back to the front, and Joe Pesci
That's the burning handle.
burns his hand on the handle. Luckily, it was
Why-
winter.
Hold on, what
Which
was
what?
that?
I don't know what that
It
is.
looked electrified or something?
No, he
Like-
had it on the grill downstairs. He was
Oh.
heating it up on the grill.
Oh.
I don't know what it was, but he pulled it from the grill down in the basement and brought it up
grill.
and hung it over the
The
door.
radiator.
No.
Oh, so-
there was a grill.
So he had something.
was on?
He had
It
something
was a
hot
fucking grill
on
Yes.
the doorknob.
All right,
the
but I
doorknob on
still
the
think
inside.
there's no way that it would have stayed hot for that long.
Yeah.
Sure it would.
It
Like
looks
it was glowing red.
It was red.
Yeah.
I
By the
thought
way,
that it was powered.
When the anchor or when the iron hits him in the head from the laundry chute, that is a straight up where Marv looks straight at the camera.
Yeah.
Like he reacts to the
He's
camera.
kind of
on that.
cross-eyed, right?
Yeah.
But also genius use of that. You see that goes down to the basement earlier when he's shooting with the pellets. Like he sets up those figurines on the little laundry
yeah.
chute.
Yeah.
You see that goes all the way down. You're not thinking that like he had it like a light bulb and the string hanging in the middle of the garage. So he just pulls it and then pulls down the whole thing and then looks up and here comes the iron.
That was a pretty good film moment.
That was a really good film moment.
Yeah.
I also couldn't tell though if his face was red because the iron was hot or if that was just because
I'm assuming it was hot.
I would think so, but
It'd
I don't
be
know
clever
how.
to turn it on.
Because it
Yeah.
looked like a burn.
It looked
you
like he
know?
burned his
Yeah.
face because
Yeah.
then he had his burnt hand and the other kind of burnt face.
Because I feel like when you have it's just redness from impact, I feel like it's not as like detailed,
Right. And it goes away.
and it's
After
like
a
a
while.
wider area or something.
Yes.
You know, so it wouldn't look like an iron necessarily.
Right. So then what do we got next?
Then Marv continues through, and there's tar on the stairs. So he's like,
Because
trying.
they just have tar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
It was for shingles.
I saw
First of
that,
all-
but still,
give up. Give up.
yeah, it's not worth
At
it.
this point
Yep.
already, give
Yep.
Yeah, if you're
Why-
the crook.
Oh.
What
I
did you
was
think
like-
he was talking about?
This
Is
podcast
Ryan
is
yelling
over.
at me?
This
No,
podcast
no,
is
no,
over.
no. I'm
Bye.
saying if you're the criminal,
Yeah.
quit.
Yeah,
There's
why?
someone home.
They don't have gold walls. It's
Yeah.
not worth it.
What is so good in it, like the whole Joe
I think
Pesci's like reasoning of
They
being
talked
like,
about like stocks or something. Like
he
not
said
even
no.
anything.
He was just like, "This is the house. I've seen what they have." It's
Yeah.
like
You
it's
saw the
why I-
foyer.
Stereos, TVs, all that stuff is in there.
There's someone home.
Mm-hmm.
Are you willing to murder a child?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Well, he was after a certain point.
Well,
Right.
so would I have been.
sure,
in
but
those-
I
in that
also
position.
would have just quit before.
Definitely.
Like he's booby trapped the whole area.
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
If you
I've already
step
been-
on a nail-
I've already been like my back is broken. I have an iron to my head. I'm like already my hand has a fucking doorknob burnt into it.
Yeah.
I lost both
Come
my
on.
shoes
I'm gonna
and
get
my
a
socks.
And I'm
blowtorch to
gonna-
my fucking
Okay,
head.
let's
gonna-
talk about the blowtorch.
Wait, I'm gonna continue walking on the tar covered stairs and step on a nail.
Yeah.
Why? If I stepped on one tar covered stair,
Yeah.
Can't
I'm
you
like,
see?
okay, this
Can't
kid
you
is
see the
already done.
stairs?
This
He
kid-
doesn't look at the stairs.
His shoes are coming. His socks are coming
yeah.
off, and
yeah.
just like
he's
one
like, I'm
shoe
still gonna make
pursuing
it up there.
One shoe, another shoe, then one sock.
Are they not worried
another
about
sock.
evidence, like being left at the crime scene or anything?
And
Yeah.
he's fine with being barefoot, walking around and robbing the house.
Right.
Yeah.
What on earth?
And his blood being on the nail, like all of that stuff.
I think after he stepped on the nail, it was more of like I'm gonna get this fucking kid.
Okay.
Yeah, it was less about like, oh, where's the
Gold.
stereo?
Right.
Yeah.
So
The blowtorch.
So that's when the blowtorch happened.
Yes.
Because Pesci comes around to the back door.
Yeah.
Because he obviously can't get in the front door.
Right.
So he comes around to the back door.
And it's rigged.
It's rigged to have a flame that is the exact height.
Amazing.
If Harry walked through that door, it would be burning his chest.
Yeah.
But it was the exact height.
Wait, you mean Marv?
Yep.
He-
I get their
he's
names
Harry.
confused.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Marv, yeah, because he's a tall, cool one. Got it.
So cool.
So if he walked in the door, it would have burnt his chest or his shoulder.
Right.
But
He knew it would be Harry.
because it was Harry, it was directly on the top of his head. Do we have anything to say about that?
Yes. How
Yeah.
about the
There's-
scene happened, and then I looked at Ryan and I was like, "You stood there for
You
so
screamed.
long."
We died laughing about this.
Yeah.
And I actually have the scene ready to roll.
Queued
I'm going to
up.
play it and we're going to count. I'm going to give you the cue of when he actually starts getting his head
Burned.
caught on fire and how long he stays there.
Okay.
I'm going to
Yeah.
play it real quick. All right, so right now he is approaching the door. He's grumpy.
Being crazy. He's scared of the doorknob. Ew.
Yeah, he's worried about that doorknob. Okay. Open the door.
Now.
Just now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
8.
9, 10, 11.
Okay, no, but he's not
12,
standing there anymore.
13. Okay, so 8 seconds he stands there screaming while his head
He's
is
just
being
screaming.
engulfed
That's
in
wild.
flames.
And he's just staring straight ahead. Like he's not like looking at what could be causing the flame. He
Yep.
like that's what I think your instinct would do is, or your instinct would be to like immediately duck.
Right.
Oh
or
my
get
God.
the
Get the
flame
fuck
off
out.
of my head.
It's like
There's no way you could. If you shine a flashlight at my face, I will react faster than that.
I'm
Yeah.
moving.
yeah.
that was the funniest part of the entire movie.
Me
And
and
then
her
his-
did laugh for way too long about
Yeah.
that.
And
His
then-
We
gross
cracked up.
scalp.
Yes.
Oh.
Afterwards.
It was
So-
already bad. I was also like, did they paint his hair on?
And this kid is playing with flamethrowers. Give up. I have all my notes start from this point on have just been peppered with give up, give up, give
Yep.
up, give up.
Yeah.
Not you, Casey.
Yes.
Her face was horrified.
I
when-
know. I
when
was
you were
like, what did
saying
I
that.
do?
So he gets burned on the head, and then
He gets feathers shot at him.
yes,
From
the
the
fan,
gun.
After he gets sticky stuff
Yeah, he
from
runs
clear.
into
the
the-
plastic
right.
with
Plastic
the
wrap.
the gel on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he walks through and conveniently just wipes it all over his face,
Yeah.
and then goes and hits the tripwire that No, when he opened the door,
Yes, that triggered
the
the fan.
thing
Yeah.
triggered. He had like
Yeah.
something wedged in there.
Because
Yes.
he's an engineer, so
Yes, of course.
This kid couldn't pack a suitcase.
let's just circle back to that for 1 second.
Don't never forget that.
And then Marv was like, fuck these stairs. Finally, I had to go through tar and a nail. So he's going through the window. He sees an open window.
Smart, big brain
but he
timing.
doesn't look down.
Yeah. Right. To
Yes.
see
He's
like,
What
I've
is
been booby trapped
unrealistic thing?
over and
I think
over and
it's
over again.
I think it's so crazy that you don't look at the stairs you're about to like walk up, especially if the first stair had tar on it. Like,
Yeah.
what? You're just gonna continue?
You're like, maybe they
don't-
only
Maybe
tarred
the
the
fourth
first
one
two.
doesn't.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh no, that one too.
You don't
Maybe
keep
not the
going
next one.
up tar stairs.
All right,
You
and so
don't do
then
it.
even after he got burned by that mistake, he still refuses to look down before he steps
coming
down.
through the window.
Yeah. I love that one is probably my favorite trick.
The ornaments.
Yeah,
yeah.
I
So he
love
steps
that.
on the ornaments,
Those
they
like
break.
broken glass. So his feet are fucked.
Very
Yeah,
Die
they're
Hard
fucked.
moment right there.
Yeah.
Yes, and I did think the funny thing was like when he continues to step on the ornaments as he's trying to walk away.
Yeah.
Like he's just going, ow, ow, ow,
Yeah.
ow. He just keeps stepping on the ornaments.
Yeah.
Which I always think
Still
is
not
very
looking.
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I would run out of the house in a blaze of anger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just screaming nonsense.
I guess that's what's supposed to be the thing that's happening is like the bandits are now like this.
It's
is
a
personal.
vendetta,
It's-
yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
it's
kill this
personal.
kid. Yeah.
My feet
Are they
gonna have
really
to be
gonna
amputated.
murder him? Well, what do you think?
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't seem like it because they capture him.
And they're also kind of funny.
Yeah.
And he's married.
They're goofy. Yeah.
He's married.
Yeah. I never get the feeling that they're actually violent.
Murderers. No, I
Yeah.
don't think
Well,
so.
I
either.
think they're going to kill him.
No, they're going to
think
take
they're
him to
Oh
Michael
wait,
Jackson's
no, you are
ranch.
right because the axe murderer saves him.
No,
The
no, no.
shovel man.
But even then,
Yes.
he's like, they capture him, they put him on that door hook, and they're like, we're going to
Okay.
do the same shit he did to us.
Was that the last prank so that we can move on to that scene?
No, so
no.
we did.
Not
So
even
they got
close.
fucked by the toy cars down. Then
Yep.
they get both hit with paint cans. Then they get a tripwire. He puts the tarantula on them. And
Beautiful.
then he fucking zip lines out of this bitch into his treehouse and then
Yep.
cuts the line.
Because he's a goddamn
they try to follow him
spy.
over
They're like,
zip
Yeah.
line.
you're not going to come get me over here. And then they
Guys.
go, let's go. They're hanging in the middle of a rope.
They're like, this is exactly what it wants us to do. We're not going to go back downstairs. We're going to dangle from this rope.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we didn't want to go back through his death trap, is what
Yeah.
they said.
We'll just go this way.
Yes.
Let's just dangle from this rope.
And then he
Good things
reappears.
he has the hedge clippers.
Yes. Hey guys. And he
Not
goes,
scared at
go
all.
back, go back. I always love that. When you get like halfway through and they're like, go back. And then you're like trying to frantically turn around.
Yeah, it's pretty hilarious.
So he cuts the wire.
They swing into
They
a brick wall.
swing into a brick wall, right? And now they're just laying in the snow. He makes a break for it back into the house. Okay. Did he go back into his
It's a
house?
neighbor's
Or he
house.
goes across
Neighbor's
the
house.
street.
Because
he
there's
runs into the
water
neighbor's house,
everywhere.
yeah.
Right. So he goes into the hatch into the basement.
Yes.
Is not phased by the fact that it's filled with water.
Yeah.
He doesn't know that they're the wet bandits.
Yeah.
He doesn't know that they
He's
ran
like,
the.
this
He's like,
is
oh,
weird."
this house is flooded. I should fucking leave.
Yeah.
So this is where I got a little confused as to were they actually. Did they actually outsmart him here, or was it his plan all along?
They knew what they were like. All right, he's running to. They saw he was going to this house, I suppose,
Yes.
and they were like, all right, so let's just cut him off. I guess somehow they could tell he went through the basement, so they're
Right.
like, let's cut him off upstairs, and they go
They
into
entered,
they
yeah.
enter the house that's being flooded. Then they capture him, and that's when they put him on the door hook.
That's
but
meant for a towel.
Yeah.
Wait,
they also.
I don't think that they outsmarted him.
he called the police and
Yes.
gave them that address. He said there's been a break-in
Yeah.
at that address.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is because they
So
definitely.
you think he meant to be caught?
I don't think he meant to be caught. That's the thing.
He knew
Okay.
that they would. He
He
would
wanted to
follow
lure
him.
Right.
them over there.
He was
Okay.
luring them over
Okay.
there so the cops would show up to get him there. But he definitely, if Shovel Guy didn't show up,
Why
He'd be
was Shovel
fucked.
Guy there?
why did he breaking and enter the house?
Yeah.
Because he was always outside and he probably
I was
saw
gonna say, was he
them
just
chasing.
watching?
That's true.
Yeah.
He was like, look at these idiots trying to get in the house.
Just show me one scene where he like is sitting on his
Just
porch
for
or
peace
something
of
and
mind.
goes, "What's going on?"
You're right.
Yeah.
Because it was
True.
bizarre for
But
him
he-
to all of a sudden be in the house.
But
I was
he's
like,
known for shoveling the whole block.
The
so he was
sidewalk.
probably out.
I get it.
Yeah.
Already doing
you're
that. I guess.
you're probably
They
right.
did
yeah.
set
But
that up
there's-
kind of earlier.
Yeah, but they don't show you
Half-assedly.
at any way. They don't show you in any way. It's just all of a sudden he's in the kitchen, and you're kind of like, "What the fuck?" Like,
Yeah,
you could
you're
have
right.
turned the water off.
No, I
bud.
think that you're right. I think the fact that he had the shovel alludes to that's what he was doing.
Yeah.
But I think you're
just
still
show me
right.
that one
Yeah,
scene.
yeah.
20
Yeah.
seconds.
Yeah.
You know.
It's not hard.
But
Yes.
so Shovel Man, the guy who's been a total creep the entire movie, knocks these guys out, takes care of business.
Yep.
Police come.
Yeah.
And were you guys shocked about how short the hijinks part was?
Yes.
Yeah, I expected it to
I
be the
thought
full
that
movie.
was the whole fucking movie.
Yeah.
Me too. I thought it's not even a third.
No.
It's a fourth, maybe.
It's a sixth
But
of the
It's-
movie.
I would argue fifth.
I was happy with the
Maybe.
length though. I don't feel like they played it out too much.
yeah, it would have
I
gotten
guess it
old
didn't
fast.
get old. Yeah.
If there was
okay.
more hijinks, it would have been a little
It would be
bit
like,
nutty.
come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It reminded me of 101 Dalmatians.
Yeah.
Did they have that kind of thing in that movie? It's been so long since I've seen it. Did they have like hijinks?
I'd like to think so.
They had crooks, right?
Those darn puppies.
There was crooks. Yeah, they were trying to steal some
The
puppies for
puppies,
Cruella.
Yeah.
The puppies were smart. Yeah.
Yeah, the
Oh,
puppies
okay.
were sentient and smart. which
Well, they are
is-
sentient.
I guess you could say that. Yeah. So then they get caught, and then they were like, well, now we know that you run the water at all the houses, so now we know exactly which
Yeah.
houses
Great
that you
job.
hit. And then, Harry looks over at Marv like, you fucking
Why, yeah,
idiot.
yada.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, but when they put him on the hook, that's meant for a towel.
Yes. We've seen before.
I'm sorry.
We've seen before that a 12-inch steak knife, butcher knife, can hold a guy to
Yeah.
a door.
That's true.
So I
That's
mean,
true.
movie
All right.
magic.
And then when
Movie
the cop
magic.
lifted him off, it was like barely on the his collar.
Yeah, the collar just
Yep.
popped. I saw that. It wasn't.
I was like, oh, he wasn't sitting on
was
a seat at all.
barely even on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on. Come on.
So then they take him out. He goes back home, and then that's when his, or is that the next morning when his mom walks in?
It's the next morning.
Next morning.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So-
Kevin, are you home? Kevin.
And he goes, "Mommy."
And the family shows up 15 minutes later.
Yeah. And then
So
like,
she was a dumb
Christ.
bitch for no reason.
Yeah, and she
Ugh.
went through all the travel like debacle that she had to deal with the polka people and stuff.
right.
See,
He's back.
what is that?
Let's
Well-
hurry up and give our scores and let's wrap this up so I can defend the house.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
This is at my house and I've got to defend it.
We'll edit this out, right?
Sure.
I don't think we should.
Nope.
Okay. That's a line from the movie. You guys knew that,
Was
right?
that your feet?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh my God, you guys are so
We're
scared.
spooked.
Yeah.
We're spooked.
That's my feet. That's my feet. That's my feet.
Can I just say something? I took my headphones off to see if I could hear what was going on. I literally, that scared the shit out of me just
I
now.
thought that was several of whatever the bang that we heard. I thought it was like
Guys, we're
a
too spooked.
barrage.
Yeah.
We're an hour and 30 minutes into this fucking thing. Let's
Okay.
get our scores. Let's
Okay,
get out of
okay,
here.
okay.
Let's
Is
finish
there
it up.
anything else
my
of
God.
relevance in the movie?
I don't think so.
Family
Okay.
shows up and it's a happy ending.
and they
Everybody
all
loves each
love
other.
each other again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Which
I
was the
love
more-
that
forgiven.
after
He's
all.
But then Kevin also looks out the window and saw that he did positively affect
Right, the old
the
man.
shovel man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he's out hugging his granddaughter, and
Yes.
they make that
Yeah.
little eye contact, and they go,
Maybe he's secretly Santa.
So the little shit.
Yes.
"That's what she said."
You know, I thought there was going to be an element to that.
In the church when they were talking,
Yes.
I definitely thought of Santa vibes. But then he was like, "I don't know if I want to talk to my son."
And then I was like,
I'm
oh,
like, this
Santa
guy's a
never,
pussy.
Santa never had kids.
Yeah.
Pussy. All right, and turducken. Anyway, so
Gary,
I guess now's where we edit that. We're going to
go around.
go around and give our
Yes.
score.
Yep. We'll do the
Only.
score.
Yes.
Only,
Okay, all
only
right.
our numerical score.
Yes.
Okay.
And the
Here
corresponding item.
we go.
Okay. I fucking did not like this movie.
Okay.
Okay.
I didn't like it. I happened to laugh at because of Ariel, not because of the movie, because of Ariel. When his head caught on fire for so long and he stood there. We laughed about how stupid that was.
Yes.
And I don't believe it's as intentional as
We thought, or that we.
the movie
were-
didn't intend for that to be what was so funny. I don't believe.
Right. I think you're right.
Anyway, so I give this movie a steaming hot pile of 3 out of 10.
Oh wow.
3 out of 10 paint cans. Paint cans.
Ooh, dang.
Paint
Okay.
cans. Okay.
Wow.
Dang.
Okay.
Dang.
All right.
All right.
A, you want to take this one?
It's hard for me with this because I feel like, well, I guess we're not talking about where it goes yet, but I feel like to me it ties in. I didn't like this movie. I was so annoyed by this movie. I was hoping that when we were talking about who is this for, if you guys had said it was a kids movie, I feel like I could be more lenient. But since it's also intended for adults, I am giving it a 4 Tar nails.
Okay.
Tar nails.
Tar nails.
Yeah. Okay.
Out of 10.
Wow. Okay. So we got a 3 and we've got a 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very below average.
This is another one that I've seen like bits and pieces of, but I've never been all the way through it, start to finish.
Right.
I had fun watching it in the way of going, what the hell? With all the stuff that happened. I'm gonna do, I think this is not to just be in succession, but I think I'm gonna do a 5 passports.
Dang.
And that's, it may seem harsh to all you fans out there, but I don't know. It just wasn't.
Movie sucks, bro.
There's no Die Hard.
I don't know if it was like, well, yeah, they're Die Hard fans.
Yeah, there's definitely diehard fans out there.
Yes. Okay,
Okay,
moving
say it.
on.
What's up, C?
I'm also not doing this on purpose because I had this number in my head for a bit.
That's so funny, but I don't believe you.
8.
I had a lot of fun with this. I
Yikes.
definitely watched this as a kid. I love all the little hijinks and the tricks. They are very like nostalgic for me from my childhood because I definitely was a fan of this movie when I was a kid, and I still find it enjoyable. Like if I was, I don't know. I mean, I enjoyed it, and I'm 28, but I feel like if I in 10 years I would enjoy it too. So I would give it 6 toothbrushes approved by the American Dental Associations out of 10.
She has that written down.
Yeah, I do.
You don't want to misread it, you know.
Yeah.
So now, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now we
Okay.
decide where it goes.
Now, just to clarify, this is the part.
This is hard. This is
different.
difficult.
This is a different rating. This is the part where we decide where this movie ends up, and we have 2 choices. We have the must-see manner, and these are movies that you must see, not based on if it's a good movie, but based on if it's a movie that has impacted anything or has references that are necessary for you to contextualize through the movie.
Do you gotta see it?
Do you have to
Right.
see it? You can have to see a shitty movie. It's hard
Yes.
to really wrap
If
your head around
you
this.
don't want to feel
Sometimes-
left out in conversation, do
Yes.
you have to
Yes.
see this
Do you
movie?
have to
Right.
see
It
this
is,
movie?
yeah.
Is there
There-
more
yeah.
context that you need?
Yeah, like The Room.
Or the pit, does it get cast into the pit of despised iconic movies?
Which means
it
fuck
sounds,
it. You don't
yeah,
have to see it.
Which
can
means
skip it.
it sounds like an iconic movie, but it's a farce. It's not. You don't need to see this
Right.
bullshit.
It's for some reason has a big hype and it doesn't hold up.
Right.
So,
In our opinions,
in our opinion.
This is all personal opinion.
obviously.
Yes.
Okay,
So,
so
we do lightning speed round,
Lightning.
starting
Okay.
with Ryan.
okay.
Okay.
And here we go.
Okay.
Pit.
Pit.
Manor.
Manor.
God
Fuck.
damn it.
Fucking A.
I knew as soon as
Ryan's
Fuck,
face
dude.
right now.
He was so. He's devastated right now.
Yeah.
Oh.
This fucking movie
Once again,
is not in the pit.
clarifying.
Oh my god.
This movie was so atrocious. I'm so offended. Now I didn't see it as a kid, so I don't
Right.
have that nostalgia there.
Right.
But like what
We might have lost Ryan, I think.
I gotta ask, what did this do for culture? Like, why do you
Well,
think?
but no, I don't think it did anything for culture. I think
Why do
that
you
there's
gotta
the
see it?
references.
What references?
You
I
Filthy
guess.
Animal is like on every Christmas sweater.
You're right.
Every year on Facebook around Christmas that I see fucking everybody's aunt posted that house is for sale. Everyone knows that house is the Home Alone house.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Like, that's a
I'm
really
not familiar
iconic
with that.
house.
Is it for sale?
I think it's a Facebook lie.
Oh, okay.
Probably. Just
Just
like
for
how
old
Back
people
to
to
the
share.
Future, the date is always different, but just to correlate with that year, we're now in the day of when Back to the Future went back to.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think that, like I said, you don't have to like. That's
No,
what-
I
yeah,
agree.
yeah,
No, I agree with that.
I'm totally not arguing with you at all. I definitely, when I said that, I was like, that came off harsh.
It's cool. I'm not
No,
offended.
but I'm saying like, I feel like, and the stuff that's been not parodied but used in other movies of like the booby trapping the house and stuff.
You think this was like
the
the
paint
OG?
cans has been, I don't know if it was the OG, but it's probably the most recognizable.
Okay.
Because when you think Home Alone, you think the kid booby trapped the house, which is why you think the whole movie is like
Right.
the hijinks and stuff. So that's
Yeah,
I
but you're
guess
aware
I can
you
see
can
that.
you're aware of that through its references alone. Like
But if you want
Well,
to
we
get the
didn't know
references,
the Filthy Animal one. I was worried that was from
I've still never seen a fucking sweater with that.
I
on
sent
it,
you a
so-
Google image.
No, you showed it to me. You proved that it exists.
But
I don't
I-
believe that it's
I thought it-
as prevalent.
It is.
as you
I
guys
know
act
that
like.
from firsthand, from my experience, that phrase is definitely tossed around a lot at Christmas. I thought that it was from like A Christmas Story or something, another Christmas movie that I hadn't seen. Like, A Wonderful Life or
For
whatever.
shame.
Yeah.
Follow
Well,
us
at
till
least-
next Christmas,
At
guys.
least we kept that fucking bitch out of the manor.
It's in
yeah,
popcorn purgatory.
It's in,
It's in
which is the
popcorn
third
purgatory.
option that we don't have choice.
We don't
over,
get
but-
to elect.
Consistently keep putting them in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, it's gonna happen a lot. Now there's 4 of us, I think. And
Which
Yeah.
I knew that coming in.
that's
That's
okay.
okay.
It's fine. Who
Yeah.
cares?
I knew a lot because
Listen.
we discussed movies before the whole getting in on the podcast thing, and we've always,
Like
as
The Fifth
couples,
Element.
have had mutual,
But that's what happened
opposite
when,
opinions.
when the podcast was just me and Ariel. It was the same situation.
Sometimes, I mean, we both loved The Fifth Element.
Sometimes all of us will love a movie.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
true. Yeah.
I'm excited for when that day
for
comes.
when that happens. I'm hoping.
we'll
I
see.
thought this was it, though. That's what I'm,
fucking kidding me?
Well, because I'm saying the view that I had of it was all the references and stuff.
All right,
But
I'm
you're saying
excited for
it's
the
like-
future movies that, like, the couple that we already have chosen for the Christmas
Yes.
season. Yeah, I think
Oh.
there's some goodies in there.
Yeah. How would they go and
So
see that
upset.
stuff whenever we announce?
we do have an Instagram and a Facebook and Twitter, Snapchat. No Snapchat. Where we announce, we mostly announce on the Instagram, and it's just our name, Say Hello to My Little Film, and we announce the week before what movie
Yes.
we're going to do for the following week. So, like, last week we announced Home Alone, and today we released it.
And Ryan
That's
edits
true.
all of our movie posters, so
Yes,
big
I-
claps because they're
Yeah.
fucking
They're getting
incredible.
good.
Very
They're
good.
getting good.
They're getting
Yeah.
very, very good. And
It's
to
kind
where
of
we're
scary.
showing our family members and they don't even know we're in the poster.
Yeah.
yeah.
We're gonna have to print them out and put them all over the studio.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
For sure.
Ooh, and who wants to introduce the new segment?
Oh yeah,
The
I'll
pop corner.
Ryan will do it.
Oh,
It's like a play on popcorn.
Another
Welcome.
play on popcorn.
All right, now we are entering pop corner.
So what is it?
It has been entered.
What's that?
Pop,
Is
pop,
that-
pop, 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 pop.
Pop. Welcome to pop corner.
I'm not sure if I'm
How's
a
it going?
fan of that.
I was popcorn popping. Did you hear that?
I had to be annoying
Okay.
and had to like join in and probably off
I
tempo.
think these are the kinds of things that gets us to like lose listeners.
Yeah, probably.
We should have discussed
Pop
the song
corner
first.
is where we are gonna just kind of give our recommendations.
Yeah,
of things
it's
you
basically
should
a
check
recommendations corner, but we wanted it to relate to popcorn
yeah.
out. Yeah, and
Well, movies and stuff. Yeah.
in the corner.
if I have to recommend something,
Go for it.
if I have to,
You don't have to.
I have to.
Oh,
But it's something everybody already knows about. The Mandalorian.
Yo.
Oh, okay.
Fucking rules.
Disney
that?
Plus. You can get a free trial of
yeah,
it
but
if
it's
you
only
don't
7
want to.
days.
It's
I'm
only
shook.
7 days, guys. But
I'm shook.
There's 2 episodes out now, though.
yes,
I'm shook.
it is a Star Wars based, basically a television show.
Okay, just Ryan hates Star Wars and he loves
Yeah,
this.
that's
Yes.
the thing. I don't even like Star Wars, and I fucking like this.
Shout out to future episodes when
So-
yeah, I'm interested on when we do Star Wars
Yeah,
one day because
but
you
that-
that might turn you around.
I've never done the original trilogy.
That's what
I've never
we have
seen
to do.
them.
Yeah,
So
we gotta do it. You
take
gotta
that
see
for
it.
what it's worth.
Yeah.
What? You've never seen Star Wars?
No, I've seen the prequels, the good
No,
ones.
I know. I'm doing the thing.
But
I'm doing the thing. The thing.
yeah. So
anyway,
Cool. Does anybody else
that's
have
my
any?
pop corner.
That's not over.
Oh, we're not doing the song after everybody's.
No, please no.
I don't have a recommendation, but I have a slight shout out. Since this was a movie based in Chicago, we have a very loyal listener. So shout out to Mikey. Thank you for listening in
Thanks,
every
Mikey.
other week.
Hi, Mikey.
Mikey.
Our favorite listener.
He
Yes.
literally begs us to hear what the future episodes are, and I'm just like, just wait.
We
Dude,
love Mikey.
It's worth
Wait
it.
for Wednesday.
Yeah.
yeah.
Dude,
on,
every
Mikey.
Wednesday has a nugget
Has
of
something-
joy.
Yeah, a little piece.
Every Wednesday has either a release of a new poster that's fucking sick,
Yeah.
or a new podcast that's mediocre to sick.
Hey, if
It's on the scale of
anybody wants to like do their own versions of our movie posters and send them to us, that'd be super
Oh
cool.
my God.
Please DM us on our Instagram.
Yeah.
or
That
say
would be
hello
the
to my
coolest.
little film
We'll give you a shout out.
at
gmail.com.
gmail.com.
We also really love impressions. So if at any point you have
Yes.
any impressions,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not of any of us, please.
Oh, please impression us.
yes,
Or that too.
please.
Yeah, yes, do that.
But yeah,
Um,
so check out Mandalorian, Disney Plus,
Is there any
free
other?
trial.
Yeah, any other?
So
Check out Mikey.
check out Mikey.
Check out Mikey.
What's up? Shout out
Make
Mikey.
sure you're in Chicago.
I stream
Oh, yeah.
on Twitch.
You guys want to keep up with one of our boys here?
Yes.
You can follow Nipsey Gaming.
How do you spell
Well,
it?
it's Nipsey GG now.
Oh.
I've rebranded
Oh,
myself.
shit, he
Nipsey
did.
GG.
So
Recently.
it is NIPZY GG. So twitch.tv/ what I just said. I'd stream
Become a
like
subscriber
3 days a
today.
week. Yeah, you can become a subscriber for $4.99 a month, please.
Or free
I need
with
money.
Amazon Prime.
If you have Amazon Prime, you have one free Twitch sub
That's cool.
a month.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Neat.
And you got anything?
Nope.
All right. That was today's pop
corner.
I just for the record, I hate that shit.
She did not
love it.
participate
We'll
in the
fix-
intro or the outro.
We'll figure something out. All right, guys. From all of us here at Say Hello, we would just like to say
Goodbye.
Turdarkin.
Goodbye.